I told my dog he ain't no shooter. I let him be the driver. You can take my record. It's my only driver. They money and fire. I'm trying to bag it back. I'm sick and tired of being put last. I know put them fires. My dog told me, say he see me changing for the better. Come get with us, no boss hanging. Get this life, who the fuck got 100 months around? I put the real, I talk my shit, they know I'm well. I'm high as the moon, but I'm still girl. I want you with me, give a fuck about your back. Come on. This bitch told me I was living down. I'm just a baby, bitch, I'm just saying. I would've thought that shoot till it fade. Try to cross me that battle. I love my brother, for I love the bitch. Hold me down when I was taking no shit. Did they tell me I might give her a flight? My heart too tricked out, had to switch my heart. Step with that boy like I know I did. Get in the room with y'all, stop feeling weak. I'm too real for the type game. Don't say you love me, don't call me. They say they don't fuck me. Them niggas hating on me in the same niggas like we know what I'm talking about. She said she don't like come show. It's like every 7th time calling me. Oh my God. I want to get you the one boy. I think I'm tired of G. My brother, but I call him. That's my brother. He's something like mine. You want me to cut off one of my own, and she support me more than you. You don't even watch my videos. I told my dog he ain't no shorty. I let him be the driver. You can take my record, trafficking. It's my only priority. They money funny. We try to bag it back. I'm sick and tired of being.
Somebody said, damn, it's Wednesday already. Hell yeah.
Come get with us.
Oh, Adrian said, damn, it's Wednesday already. Over here. Adrian, pull up.
Give a fuck about your boundaries. I want to know
First one man when I use. I think so.
My niggas ain't shit. Preach.
Hi, welcome to Law Table Talk After Dark podcast. It's your girl Diamond.
You got your boy DJ Black Raw.
You got your girl Tina.
It's your boy Ash.
And this is Law Table Talk After Dark podcast.
Alright, so we got a wine this week. It's Iron Gate Vineyards. This is a rustic blooming sweet red table wine. It's out of Mebane, North Carolina. So we're gonna pour this up and see what it's talking about.
We got 2 different kinds, y'all. So just in case.
Just in case, yeah, because last time that one was nasty. That looks like a tomato. What is this? Is this a freaking tomato? It's red wine.
It's a tomato.
She said
that look like, don't turn it around. That look like a tomato. Oh, it's a heart.
It's a heart. Someone's like, is that a tomato? We
over here drinking tomato. Tomato. Alright. I ain't even pouring that much because I don't know. Last time it was so nasty.
We gotta drink it. Last time we gotta drink it.
Oh, we gotta taste this fact.
That's not bad.
It's a little bitter. I wish it was cold.
She said,
It is bitter. I wish it was cold.
It's bitter. For Tina. It's bitter. It is bitter.
It's not cold.
It's not correct.
I don't like that taste.
It's just a little bitter. It's not bad though.
Get the Stella for Tina. Right.
Nope. You need Miss Stella.
Nope. That's not for me, Stella.
Auntie is right here.
Right. That's not for me. I know, right? It's gonna be enough for me tonight.
Check out some fizz.
Right. All right. So the next thing we're gonna
we got the business of the week.
Yeah.
Last week we got Tori Evans, aka Viva Love. He has the lemonade bomb as fuck, and what's vegan beef burgers.
What's beef vegan burgers? Yeah.
What's vegan? Yeah. Okay. And Viva's vegan brownies. He'll be serving those Saturday, March 26th at 1020 Westgate Boulevard in Greensboro, y'all.
Right. He's doing his grand. Well, how we say grand opening. Or a release of
grand
his
introduction.
Yeah.
That's another word for. I'm trying to think of what it's called when you like have somebody it's like a tasting, but it's like you're buying it, but
yeah.
World premiere. That's what we call it.
We're gonna call it world premiere. All right. So the next thing we're gonna actually discuss is the Facebook post of the week. We had a couple good ones, but this one we thought we should actually put more emphasis on and talk about. It was the sneaky link post.
I missed this one.
I thought you commented on it.
Huh?
I don't know. I think I missed it.
You missed this one?
I thought he commented on it.
I don't know. All right. So the sneaky link post. We call it sneaky post. It says he don't eat my cat. guess I'm just say cat. He don't eat my cat, and my sneaky link eats it from the back. It's like what he said. It said, admin, please keep, basically don't say the name. Anonymous.
Anonymous, right.
Hi, I'm 28, and my boyfriend of 4 years doesn't eat the box all well. What?
What?
We have good sex and plenty of sex positions for about, hold on. And after year 2, I re-linked up with my ex during a breakup, and this man only wants to eat the box anytime. I asked, he is tongue. What the hell? Ready. It said, I'm really like my boyfriend said. I really like my boyfriend's sex. Is good. Is a good man. He's a good man, but he don't give head. Basically, long story short, before I even
have to read it.
yeah, because I know my eyes.
Paraphrasing. What the hell is going on?
Where's my glasses?
I know. Where's my glasses? Anyway, long story short, he doesn't eat, the boyfriend doesn't eat the box. And
She went to
long
her ex?
story short, the ex was eating the box
Okay.
constantly and doing a good job. Is it cheating?
Well, yeah.
Should the boyfriend? Yeah, but should a boyfriend leave? But what if the girl came and was like, "Babe, you're not eating a box."
I mean, you can have a conversation, yeah, but you already cheated with the ex-boyfriend.
I mean, y'all was broken up. It's not cheating if y'all was broken up.
Where was that?
It said it. We was broken
I
up.
gotta read this because I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't
Oh,
remember.
It
yeah.
definitely said they was broken up.
All right, see, this is dyslexic. So, all right, look, he don't eat no cat, and my sneaky link eats it from the back. All right.
No, read that part. He said they was broken
Hi,
up.
I'm 28. I'm 28. My boyfriend of 4 years doesn't eat the box. All we do is have sex in the same position. And after year 2, I re-linked up with my ex during a breakup.
Exactly. During the breakup,
During the
they was
breakup.
broken up.
And this
missed the
man only
breakup
wants
part.
to eat box anytime I ask it.
But it's not cheating if they broken
up.
up.
Sex is good. He is a good man, but like the head more than I like sex. All right, well then, if you're gonna choose your boyfriend,
That's not cheating.
no, I didn't say no. But
No,
But she
you just asked
keep
that
going
question
back
like.
to the dude getting head.
No, but her
now that she
her-
done got it during the breakup.
But her question is,
If the head is good. So
no. The question is, what should she do? It don't have nothing to do with cheating. So I was just like, wait, what?
No, I asked, is that cheating?
Of course. Oh no, it's
No,
not.
it's
It's not.
not.
They're broken up.
Exactly.
But here was the thing though. So I guess she's just trying to make a choice.
I had to make emphasis on that. It's not cheating if you're broken
If they
up.
weren't broken up, but
Yeah.
if she has to make a choice between staying with her boyfriend who has good sex and gives no head, or going back to her ex that has good head and who knows about the sex,
What
but she
should
just say
she
nothing
do?
about it. I mean, it all depends on what you want to do.
She got her
If the
She
head-
should just be in either to her him. Does she want an open relationship or be single? And
She's single, right?
She's
just do
single.
what they own?
It sounds like she was single.
She's single. So I mean,
single and mingling.
right?
I mean, she's not single. She's still dating her man.
What?
I guess she's back.
Oh, so they're
Yeah.
back. So she's
She
still.
said that's when the time they was broken
So she wants to
up.
go
What
back
should
to
she
that.
do?
She wants to go back to get head.
She wants head consistently. Head
From her ex.
from her ex.
But she's with her.
But she's with her man that she said is
I
good
wonder
to her.
if he like a different religion, because not different religion, but different cultures. Some cultures don't do head, like don't
That's
African
true,
men
but
don't
African
get
No,
men-
head.
yeah, they do. Some don't. Oh, that's like different.
That's like the old back.
No,
in
it's
the
Yeah, they do.
Muslim. it's like a more Muslim thing.
Oh yeah, Muslims don't do that.
I know some of them.
They a lot of Muslims.
They do.
But I guess it's more so of a cultural thing too, though. But like, my thing is this: live your life. If you're going to go back to the ex, let your man know, or teach your man how to do it. Like, teach your man what you like.
Might as well.
But
There's no
it
point.
wasn't. Wonder if it's not so much of teaching him. He's just not doing it.
Well, you gotta have that conversation. He going to give you a hall pass
What's
or
more
something.
important?
He gonna have to give you whole pass.
Or something.
Y'all hear that?
Something.
Pass or something.
A whole pass or something.
Y'all comment and tell us what you think.
She
What do
going to
y'all
cheat on
think,
you.
y'all?
You gotta figure it out. She's going to cheat on you, bro.
She's gonna
And first
cheat.
of all, it says sneaky
She's
link.
gonna start some shit to make everything off.
Break up again.
Exactly.
Get some head for a week.
Good
Be back
for a
together.
week. Now she's back rejuvenated for another
I'm back
month or two.
happy for wait. I said consistent here, not another month or two.
Every week
No, I'm saying
already?
me.
Motherfuckers never
I
had
need consistent head. We not gonna break up on the time I'm getting hit. We gonna get my pass. I'm getting my whole pass.
Period.
Hey, bro, you gotta figure something out. You're gonna lose your girl. Because she seems like she's loving the head. And
Right.
you
Head is wonderful.
ain't providing, so. She
You
gonna
can-
cheat. She's
You
going to
can
cheat.
get a good penis, but good head that's. I mean, some people got it,
The
some
sex
people
part
don't.
That's not as important as the whole. Yeah, you can't.
The whole experience?
Yeah, like you gotta get the whole experience. That's not.
Right.
The whole experience.
She
The
said
whole
she
experience
wanted
for the whole
nasty,
experience.
nasty.
All right.
Right.
Anyway, we got coming up now, millennial news.
All right, live table talkers that are watching. I got all tongue tied. This is now the millennial news segment, and I have a few things to talk to you guys about. So the first thing is that I feel really dope is 50 Cent is backing Monique to get her unblackballed. So allegedly Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey have blackballed her. I don't understand why, to be honest, why they would even do it. Because I mean, she's dope. She's always been dope.
It started from go ahead.
Okay, so I was about to say it started from when what she's been saying in interviews is it started off behind the scene. One of the films that she worked with Tyler Perry, where he was like a co-writer or something like the producer. They was pretty much trying to like have her do a lot of extra stuff that was
like
outside
promotions in the premiere,
outside her contract, and they was pretty much trying to say that because she didn't do those things, she did everything her work that she was supposed to do. She just preferred
go
to
extra.
Yeah,
right.
She wanted to do with her people, do her family stuff. So they pretty much was like, okay, she's hard to work with,
right?
And all this type of stuff in the third.
She's uncooperative. She's hard to work with, and then that. You know, the news in the industry travels fast too, and especially if you get it from higher up people. Because I think it was Tyler Perry, Oprah, and what's the other dude? Will Packard.
Will Packard, yeah.
Yeah. So you know that.
I know what that is.
He does a bunch of shit too though. Like he directs a bunch of movies, but it starts from that upper echelon of who's and is trickling down. That should get you blackballed quick. Like that's like if you try to get a job somewhere and like a prestigious job, like man, don't hire them. They always late. They're gonna forward that information on, and you're not gonna be able to get a job. So I mean, I feel good. That's dope that 50 Cent is backing her, but I don't know how much power that has. No pun intended.
I feel like with his TV show, she would be a good something to put in. Especially with, I mean, people say they don't like the show with Tommy by himself without Ghost. I love it, and I feel like she would be dope to be added into it.
I've been liking
it because if you look at her character from Precious. Like that showed her more serious side, and I feel like she would be really dope to add into that.
She should be like a drug lord or something,
right? Like I could see
shoot
that.
A nigga, like
right, with a little bit of comic relief because Monique is funny as shit.
Funny,
Like I never really thought she was funny, so I actually sat back and really watched the Parkers. I was fucking dying all the time.
Or look, what if they put Monet against her on Power? That would be fire.
Shit, yeah. That would be a good. They have to have her Monique as a family oriented person too, because Monet is. They have to have two strong women, right?
Or they can tie. They can tie the Power with Tommy into the one with whatchamacallit and have them two link up through that. See, that would be dope.
That would be dope too.
But yeah, I really do appreciate 50 Cent backing her because I mean, I can't say I know all bad about 50 Cent because I know he's helped some people out, but this is very like courageous of him to do this. Next is the Trans Olympics contestants. My personal opinion about it is you shouldn't be able to go against nothing against the LGBTQT. You shouldn't be able. Them should not be able to go against actual female or actual male because you have different type of hormones in your body that are not going to correlate with what the female has. Yes, both women and men have testosterone and estrogen, but women have more estrogen than testosterone. I feel like they shouldn't be able to compete with that sex. But on the flip side, I feel like they should make them their own competition so it can be legally fair.
That makes sense. That's
I agree on that too.
Okay, and I agree with all that too, but except the part where you said something about the testosterone. You know, trans women and men when they take hormones to level up.
Supplement,
so it's not as
prominent.
But here's the thing: it's funny that you mentioned that. So like when you said the men and women are built different, that's what makes a man, and that's what makes a woman, right? So when you put the labels on it, because it's like I remember that video we were watching in the group, and then the dude made perfect sense, and he was like, if you die 100 years from now, we'll be able to dig up your bones and figure out that you were a man or a woman.
They're gonna be like, okay, this was a male,
right?
Not this was a trans.
Right. Like, are you mad at the paleontologist because he doesn't know to call you a woman because that's what you identified as when you were a man? But it's the same thing as in the sports. It's like it's crazy because you figure if you got a dude that was. I mean, he was dominant because he was an athlete and he was ranked 462nd in the country. And he becomes a woman, changes his sex, and now he's number one. If I was standing on stage, you see the text?
That was some Joanna Man shit. Y'all remember that movie?
What kind of pissed me off was, and it confuses me a little bit, and I'm still learning. The whole transitioning thing. He don't have. I mean, did he have the surgery?
He had.
He
can see his door stopper.
Huh?
In his swimsuit picture.
He would have to.
The door stopper. What is that?
Oh,
bitch.
You can see that in his swimsuit picture. So
the door
he haven't got
stopper.
that removed.
That's what.
But
he would have to have gotten it removed because you can't compete because you're still a man. Like you would still be a man.
No,
but a lot of people transition though, and they haven't had. They don't care to have their surgery. They just want to be.
That's
considered.
wild.
I know. Yeah, but I know too.
Confuses me.
That's wild. Because I thought it would have to be like you had to have the sex changed in order to be considered a woman.
No, you could get your boobs cut off.
But how does that fly with the how can that fly with the Olympics? That's the craziest part to me because like, sir, you clearly have a penis, like or man.
And I guess their hands are tied because they don't want to do like the harassment against
LGBT because you know they are a whole different community.
But they just need their own Olympic section so they can compete.
But then you don't want to give them their own because you don't want them feeling singled out.
Wow, women and men are singled out.
I'm gonna be singled out.
Because
if I was the woman that came in second, I'd be pissed.
No, because you know a lot of women was fighting to be in the what's it called for the men NBA. You know a lot of women was fighting to be in the NBA.
And I feel like they should.
The fuck they shouldn't. They deserve to have their women's and
it's a female that wasn't she playing college football?
She was, but at the same, I don't think
they got rugby for girls.
Why do we have to add it together? I don't think. I think stuff should be separated. I'm women, you a man, and then if you want to change, you change. I don't think it should be all together. Come on, y'all want to dominate the fuck, and then you push a woman. You gonna feel weird to push a woman.
You signed this contract,
but some men won't even play at their best.
They don't want to hurt
towards a woman. Exactly.
But then
so
again,
that's not fair.
if they get hit a couple times
they
by that strong ass female,
and then it's like some men, it's just like, bitch, you shouldn't be up here, so I'm gonna give you your shit.
And even still, like, I mean, not all women, but a lot of women don't have the same muscle mass that a man has. Never even.
That's what I'm saying. So that swimming competition, they damn skated. He was skating through that pool.
That's what I'm telling you. I said if I was number 2, I'd be pissed the fuck off. Did you see the Texan? You see the Texan face? That she was number 3? She's up there like, it's some bullshit.
Right.
I swear to God. She was looking like,
I would have been pissed the hell off.
It's some bullshit.
Like, what? I would have been mad. Like,
right.
I would have filed a lawsuit.
Facts, because number 2 was number 1, number 3 was number 2.
And then the next thing was Mari.
Yeah. No, I was reading something. Go ahead.
Mari show is ending after 3 decades. For those that don't know what decades are, that's 10-year segments. So he's done 30 years, but plus 1 because this is his 31st year doing the show, and he's retiring. Mari ain't never aged. Like, he looked the same as he did back
Mari done raised everybody.
He put something on his face. So I ain't gotta be.
Botox?
Yeah.
He could have put their Botox on.
He was cloned.
I ain't gonna say it, but they don't age like we do. So
I wonder why
he looks good though.
I wonder why he's quitting though, or I wonder why he's going.
Probably because a lot of people are more into like if you don't have cable.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't really watch cable TV like that.
But that's not on cable TV.
They do a lot of streaming now. What he will be doing, what he does.
But Mari should be on Facebook.
But
what they do? They do have a Facebook.
Yeah. What they will be doing is just like not taking it off the air like they did Bill Cosby. They just will be putting it like starting over from the beginning. So I want to watch the first episodes because that's been out longer than I've been looking at TV.
That's wild.
Right, that is true.
And last but not least, want to give rest in peace to LaShawn Peace.
Yes.
Rest in peace, LaShawn Peace.
Right, that's the girl. Y'all know that song y'all been hearing. Act like you know, y'all. Act like you know. It's crazy because she just went. That her little clipping. Her clipping just went viral, and then she died.
Yeah, that's
right afterwards.
That's tough.
That is tough. I'm like, what? I'm making this money from TikTok and stuff.
Right.
Then boom.
Well, rest in peace to her and condolences to her family members. Yeah. And on that note.
Alrighty, guys.
Alright, on to the Black Excellence portion. We're going to give a shout out to Tiffany So Amazing. Tiffany So Amazing. She opened a black-owned candle bar named Strike and Flame. It is located on 2158 Lawndale Drive in Greensboro, North Carolina. Congratulations to her.
Yay. And we will definitely be going.
I definitely will be going. That's dope. I love
be
candles.
going.
Anybody
Right.
knows me, I love candles, so I definitely will be going to make my candle.
Secondly, we're going to give another shout out to Sheridan Reynolds. He opened a black-owned nonprofit. She opened a black-owned nonprofit grocery store called Free 99. The grocery spot, ATL, located 777 Charlotte Place, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia. The website is free99frisge.com.
Come on, grocery store.
And you can donate to her Cash App and her Venmo.
Yeah.
Okay. It is free 99 fridge for her.
We tired of food
Cash App.
line.
Right, no, but it's not. It's
a
free
food. Like she gives
and it's
donate,
her
produce
place
and
is
stuff.
hooked
It's
up
really
real
nice.
nice. It don't
I
look
see
like
that in the chat if you look at it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a pantry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a regular pantry. She hooked that up.
Yeah,
And
it's
she
like
got
that,
it
though.
decked out like
That's
you
dope.
buy this here. She got the little dry foods and
Miss
the little
Reynolds.
thing.
That's dope.
Yeah, she did a good job.
So next, I want to give a shout out to the Johnson family. They created canned goods with non-GMO and no sugar added. It is WIC approved and is named Good Foods. It can be found at your local Walmart, Kroger, Major, and Jewel.
All right, it's a news.
And that's it for the Black Excellence for this week.
Alrighty, so on to the petition for Tamika Drummer. We talk about her every week. She is a 47-year-old inmate who has been locked up for over 10 years now. I believe it's 11 years now. She was locked up for having less than 2 ounces of weed and is sentenced to life. So it's a petition that's pinned on our page. If everyone could please sign that petition in order to get her out. She's at 400,000 signatures. She needs 500,000.
Right, so make sure y'all actually are sharing and tagging people and to sign her petition to get her out.
Facts.
All right.
Alright.
So it's hot topic time.
I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah, it's
Hot
hot.
topic
Repeat it.
time.
Say it, Calvin. It's hot topics time.
Why is it spicy?
It's topics that are spicy.
Topics that are spicy.
This
You're
is,
ignorant.
I got a whole thing to say about all these topics.
Go ahead. You
I ain't
started
saying
off
no,
with the first one
Let's
now.
start-
Damn.
I'm
Start
not,
off with the first
I'm
one.
not going to disrespect my black brothers out there like
I'm about to
that.
say,
No,
why-
me
you know,
neither.
nothing we should be saying.
Exactly.
No, y'all can defend.
Bro, they nicely
Hot
got
topic
together
time.
this week.
I didn't do that.
The women got together this week.
I did not do
No,
that.
no, no.
Ladies, I've been
Why
saying
do
this to
men
y'all.
do
Everything,
this?
well, everything.
I didn't. Look, black men, I didn't do this.
I made the hot topic.
Why are people
and
terrible?
I made them
Especially
based
men.
off of posts that I seen on Facebook and a lot of questions that females was asking. So that's where it came
All right, you
from.
jumping on. You started off.
Go ahead,
I'm
Diamond.
going to answer this question.
Why do men expect for women to be their peace when all they do is bring them misery?
Why do women expect for women to be
Translation.
Let me-
Y'all
Why
know
do
y'all
women?
y'all seen that post on Facebook.
No, but let's be real. Let's be real. Because for a lot of women, we think that we're these men peace, but in actuality, we are not.
No.
We bring them as much as misery as the men bring us. But sometimes we don't check ourselves because we think we're the prize. We are the prize, but we think that we're way high up to the point that we don't check ourselves. So when we speaking about that question, we can put it both ways too.
Facts.
There we go.
But
Transparency.
the question says.
Why do spouses expect
Why do-
their other
No.
spouse?
No, the question
No.
said
To be
why do
pleased.
men?
Oh,
What?
I
No.
thought you was jumping to another question.
No, yeah, it was that one. Why
I
do
was just making it better. Because we're not going to sit here and just say,
Yeah,
why
but-
do what?
Why do men?
look?
I seen a Facebook post and we got a lot of shares, so I said,
Come
that's
Come
gonna
on.
be a
All
question.
right, let's go ahead. We're going to answer
Let's go ahead and
Answer
Let's
it.
answer
Why do men?
I expect them to be my peace because I need peace. I don't know if I'm bringing you misery because you haven't said anything about me bringing you misery, but how am I making you miserable if you can't really be my peace?
There we go.
So that's when y'all have sit down and have that conversation. You see one person is miserable in the relationship. That's your woman, that's your man. You should already see. If y'all don't see it, then y'all shouldn't be together.
That is true.
Because y'all in the same area, same house, y'all bonding together. You should see if something's wrong. If I have a cramp in my stomach, my man should see something's wrong. So that's when y'all sit down and talk and have conversations. and then a lot of relationships don't.
But if you can't find no peace in the conversations,
okay,
Then y'all
Somebody got to shut up and listen.
right.
But that's
But
not helping you find peace.
the problem with a lot of communication and relationships, the issue lies at the fact that when you are trying to talk to that person, they're listening to respond instead of listening for understanding.
But at the same, I get that. That is true. No, it's not so.
That's not so.
That's not.
It's so. If you say something I'm responding to, you can get mad and you can respond to what you said.
When you say something, take in heed what she just said or he just said, and then be like, okay, take ego, take self out of it, and actually listen to that person. Then respond. Don't respond just because you're trying to defend your character behind what that person said.
If that's the case, that means it goes both ways. Because if I'm just like, let's say
that's what I just said. I didn't say he.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just putting it on me if I'm gonna say that because I'm the person that does that. I just did it to you. So if I'm going to listen to respond, then I listen to what you said. But you're doing the same exact thing to me because you're not listening to me. You're listening to respond back to what I just said. But isn't that the point?
No, the point is for you to take in what the person is saying.
We're having a conversation.
So if I'm saying, let me think of something petty. If I'm saying, oh, you tapping me on my shoulder irritates me, I cannot stand it. Well, if you wasn't beside me, I wouldn't be tapping you on your fucking shoulder.
That's different.
So no, it's not. That's the same because you're responding instead of saying, okay, I see that bothers you. I'll work on not doing it.
Okay, but see, that's the actual problem. Me tapping your shoulder, I can stop tapping. I don't have to tap you on your shoulder. Like that's ridiculous.
I was just giving a dumb example.
But you got to get a better example than that. You have to give a better example of like why a relationship isn't working. It's not because somebody's tapping on you. It's like, oh, okay, well, if you're not listening to what I had to say, then I feel like I don't have a voice in this relationship. Okay, well, listen to what you're saying, but you're not really saying much when I talk to you.
To you feel like that person is not saying much. But if that person is speaking and telling you how they feel, don't say, oh, you're not saying much. Understand where that other person is coming from.
I get what you're saying, but like if I'm going to speak my mind, I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. So if you're saying
but sometimes our ego.
Let me just finish what I'm saying because you responded to you cut me up to respond to what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, we
okay. It don't matter.
That's what we're supposed to do. This is our job.
No.
Go ahead.
Because we're supposed to let each other talk, right?
That was stupid, bro.
Hey, go ahead.
I forgot. But alright. I'm just saying, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit for real. So if I really am responding to what you're saying, or I'm just listening to what you're saying to respond, yeah, I'm going to find points about what you're saying that I really don't agree with. But you don't agree with them either, so that's why we keep going round and round in the argument. So we'll never find any peace in that argument and still end up miserable.
Because you have to end up compromising.
That's
so
true.
I have a question. So when
she put her hand up.
Yeah, I was like, everybody shut the fuck up, so I can talk now.
You got 1 minute.
I have a question. When you're in a relationship, right, and y'all was having a conversation or whatever, right, and you responded too fast because you was in your ego, or you just you was in your feelings. You responded too fast, but when you went back and thought about what the hell she was trying to say, you was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have responded like that. Do y'all do that?
I'm not going to hold you.
Do you do that?
I'm not going to hold you because sometimes me responding to what you're saying too fast is just me already. I hate repetition. So basically, I've heard it all before. So like you just saying it, it's not something I've heard before.
Well, clearly she's saying it over and over again. If you still ain't making no changes.
Wait, I actually was trying to go somewhere. I was actually trying to go somewhere when I asked that question.
All right, so I'm giving you my perspective of the question. So what I'm saying is like I am a person I hate repetition. So I can kind of or especially if you have time with somebody, I can kind of figure out and know what you're going to say for me to respond. But it's like I hate this type of argument. I hate that type of argument where you have one person that is telling you something that you're not doing or that is not being accomplished, but that person doesn't bring that to the table either. So it's like you're trying to fault me for things that you don't do either. Yeah, has it ever happened to you before? It's like, oh, well, you don't take me on dates. Well, you don't take me nowhere. What the fuck? Like, what?
Well, you don't text me good morning.
You don't text me good morning. So what the fuck?
But I can't say that. Never mind.
See. Okay.
As a man,
so going back to earlier when we had the conversation, I can say what the conversation was. But when you had said the reason why the thing wasn't working right or how I thought it should work, and I said, and I took what you said, but I put it in perspective for me to understand.
Oh, okay.
And I said it, but I understood it.
You not let it go?
But she...
No, I'm saying that when you're talking
understand.
to someone, and
She
maybe
didn't
if
understand.
when somebody, you say, if you feel like the point is stupid that they're making, or you feel like you already know, or you don't get what they're saying, put it into a perspective the way you can understand, so therefore it makes sense to you.
I mean, I guess that's a great.
Yeah, because
that's a great
everybody
idea.
thinks different. We can
I mean,
read
that's
the
a
same
great idea,
thing.
but I said what I said, and it was what it was.
Yeah,
But you can't
you
just lay
understand
down the
your
law.
life.
I didn't
It
say
is
I
what it
can't
is.
because you just reiterated back what I just said.
You're not married to nobody, so you can't expect for your wife to just shut up and.
No, I'm not
say what
saying
you're
that. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying that, like, for 9 out of 10 times, like, because this has to do with peace and misery.
No, it
Not
has
about
to do. No, it
leaving
has
your
to
parents
do.
to-
But
Don't
those
get my
things can
input.
solve
I'm gonna
peace
wait
and
till y'all
misery.
Go ahead.
No, I'm waiting
Go
till y'all
ahead.
finish.
We done. Go ahead.
Okay, so
That ain't gonna go
from what I got out of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, okay, let's break certain stuff down. Like misery. If I feel like I'm making somebody miserable, because I can be toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I already know I can. So it's like, if I feel like what I'm doing is going to make you miserable, you don't need to be with me.
Right.
Because for one, you look at it as toxicity. I look at it as entertainment. I don't want no boring ass relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at it like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do something to keep stuff spicy.
You an asshole.
I mean, because I like to keep.
No, I do
I
that
like
too.
to look, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
I do that to my
no
friends
boring
sometimes,
relationship.
too.
Everything is all
said,
quiet and you know what I'm saying?
Like I did that
To
shit
me,
today.
that's
We
boring.
You gotta have
was
some kind of
like,
risk.
Some type of. Let me see how if we malfunction this. Man, let me see how you gonna react.
Right.
No.
You do some Virgo shit.
No, Leo.
Oh,
That's
never
some
mind.
Leo shit.
So,
Ooh.
Nigga, stop. But yeah, that's what I got out of it.
mhm.
But I mean,
I do the same shit, and then the person I be doing it to, he be like, "You miss me, don't you?" Well, motherfucker.
well, you know.
Well.
I just feel like this in closing. If y'all all done for I feel like this. Tell your partner what your piece is, so your partner can actually bring you that peace. You will no longer be miserable anymore if y'all are both at peace. That's my piece.
Or
I
if
get that.
do something, every time we do something and I do something I don't notice, you know what I'm saying, make you miserable. You not enjoying yourself, but I'm enjoying myself, thinking like we having
Great time, right?
But
You married.
stop. Like,
You married.
No, but that's true. You never know.
you don't know unless you say something.
Right.
Like,
But that
But
comes
you have to be
with.
approachable.
Yeah, but also that.
I mean, I'm trying to make myself
Yeah.
approachable. I let
You have
everybody
to.
know I'm upfront. If I'm this way with you, you need to be, you know what I'm saying, the same way. Because
Right.
I'm not going to try to read. I can't read. You can't be trying to read each other.
Red tape. What's this?
It's
All
I'm
right,
red
so-
table or something. So I said, let
You
me
know
go
what I
ahead.
mean?
The
Oh, that
next-
means you.
Because you had to keep with the table.
next question
Sorry,
is-
let me get it.
Do guys see women with kids as valuable as they see women without?
I'm gonna say no.
No.
Because what man doesn't want
Shut the fuck up.
No, because I'm gonna honestly.
Look, shoot over here.
No,
Look,
seriously,
too much.
no. The answer
This
is no.
motherfucker, he gonna go.
Nah,
You beside me.
The answer is no. If any man says no, he's lying.
He
I'm
is
sorry.
lying.
Yeah,
he's
you
lying.
mean yes?
He's
He's lying
He's
because like you gotta
lying.
think about it like this. This is your first opportunity, especially if you have no kids. This is your first opportunity to actually get with somebody and be in a relationship with them and actually start a family.
Motherfucker. Remember when you did that? He got so mad.
Is this okay?
No.
Is this? I swear it is.
I started
It's
laughing
probably
at something.
ending.
I
Oh,
started laughing.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh no.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. What I was saying basically was yeah, like this is your first time you can actually get into a relationship with somebody and actually start a family versus trying to. My dad calls it a ready-made family, right? That's what he calls it.
Ready-made?
Yeah, it's ready-made. It's
That's
ready-made.
hilarious.
So he calls it a ready-made family, and it's true because, like he says, also if you take the cow, you gotta take the calf with children. So, I mean, it's less of a burden because, like, you never know where they're coming from, the situation that they're in,
Right.
with the single mother or whatever. So now you gotta latch on and bond with the kids, and maybe you might not even be ready for it. You see what I'm trying to say? Like you might not know. Like, damn, I want to see like what the stages was when they was a
Just
baby,
us two.
or just us two, or from a baby just going up. Not somebody that got a kid that's 10 years old. It's like, well, how the fuck do I talk to this motherfucker? Like,
And not only that too, because I've seen so many good
Say it like
guys
that
actually-
take on that kid.
But
My
that
ass.
kid, he's bad as
Never
fuck.
mind.
Not yours.
Yeah.
I mean, But some people, kids be bad.
That's
true.
true.
And it just runs the guy off. And somebody
Even the
but
kids,
still the woman's still looking like, okay, I am the prize.
Right.
You need to
Right.
can't handle it. Like, wait,
I'm sorry. You can't say that you're the prize, but I can go and get a new prize that it doesn't come
It
along with
doesn't-
baggage.
right.
all the extra
That is
baggage.
true.
So that's why I say, you know,
I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not knocking.
I mean, you can't really knock
it's
us
like- it's
because
like-
we do a
it's-
good job.
It's like this.
It's right. It's just like, would you rather have $1 million? Or would you rather have 1,000?
That is. Right.
What I will say on the flip side, the good thing about being with someone that does have kids that can be seen as valuable is some, not all, but some of the women who do have children are like more mature because they are more family oriented. They more so think about, you know, not just their self.
Right.
They don't really react off of impulse because they have to think about their children as well. And they're more willing to be submissive to you as a man because they have those children and they're ready to play that wifely role.
So pretty
That's
much
true.
saying you have some women who pretty much have their foundation together, pretty much.
Right.
That's true in a case by case situation because I know
That's why I
chicks.
said some.
I know plenty of chicks is out here that got kids is out here in the streets. So
And they kids out here too.
facts. So like that doesn't mean that she's more mature or whatever because she had a child young, she had to grow up and
No,
be a
some
mother or
people
whatever.
just don't mature.
Or exactly.
Or it comes late. Some people are late bloomers. They bloom late mentally.
Exactly. So like that's still a detriment to being with somebody that,
Well, that's
that
why I
doesn't
said
have.
some women, not all women.
Right.
Some women.
But even that percentage is still a detriment because you can go
That
from
is
0
true.
to 30.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? So if you say 0% of women that have don't have children, well, they have no kids. And you can say, oh, on the other hand, well, 60% of women do this. What about the other 40?
I think me personally, I think it's just more fun, and you're willing to actually really get to know that. And people that doesn't have kids, you're actually get to know them, just
That
go do a whole
person.
bunch of stuff. Yeah. I mean, people that have babysitters constantly, you could do stuff like that with them too. But for women that does not have that, I feel like it's kind of hard to fully get to know them, and they're very protective of their kids.
Facts.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all still hold the value that you hold. You see, because you are who you
Well,
are.
I know I
Right.
hold the value that I hold.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. You still hold the value that you
Good
hold.
Every
son.
woman is not like
Because you
y'all.
are who
Right.
you are. But you'll
Right.
still you'll find a man that will be willing to say, all right, you know what? Let me just go ahead and see what the
And
situation
love all the
really
kids.
is.
Right. My mama had 5 kids. Niggas was coming. Niggas was coming fast.
Where they stand?
And leaving.
See?
No, she was kicking them out.
They weren't living with her. Sharon ain't with her.
No, they ain't live with us because we was girls. She had all girls. So they wouldn't live with us. But
It's on bitter zone too.
my mama was
It
crazy.
tastes way better though.
Let me drink.
It tastes like strawberries a little bit. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
No, this one's actually a lot better than
Okay.
the first one. I didn't really like that one. I was playing one tomorrow, so let me see what this joint hitting for.
But yeah, I feel like
Well, I have another
when
question
you
on
comparing
that.
and contrasting, women without kids can be seen more valuable. But
Mhm.
when we go back to that original podcast that we had, when they say when the dude was
Women.
saying women without
Don't bring anything to
with
the table.
kids don't bring anything to the table.
Well, that's
that's
not
a lie.
true.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
don't bring anything to the
We
table,
bring
but
a
they
whole lot of shit.
They bring the kids to the
They
table already.
bring
So
the kids to the table.
Well, a lot of
They
times
bring a
it's some they got
house,
their own
a
table.
car,
Right.
groceries.
Right, groceries.
That's cool.
Niggas ain't cheap.
With
Yeah,
kids,
these be
they
the kids food
do.
snacks. But that's facts.
Right.
So it's
right.
like they bring plenty.
We
to the
bring
table. And
plenty.
not only just that, 'cause
But see, that wasn't the question of because women, everybody brings something to the table if you bring something to the
Right.
table. If you don't, then you're just, a
Right, that
bum.
is true.
But
No, I was just comparing and contrasting.
All right, so I have a question. Also, jumping onto that, how do y'all? Well, it was really for you. How do you feel about? Do you feel like men with kids are valuable?
men with
Because
kids-
you don't like men.
or
with
do
kids.
men lose less value if they have kids?
I don't.
They
think
don't.
That.
I
don't
love.
No, I'm
believe
asking.
that.
I'm just
No,
thinking.
no.
I don't believe that. I
Let
feel
me-
like guys are more so prey because they're
I
like,
love
okay,
it
like,
because they
damn,
show a
like,
different love.
it's a different light, and then they're
Yes.
like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really, you know what I'm saying? He's
That's why I be
he's
trying to
showing
aim
that
for
he's-
niggas.
From all this, it sounds like men are the prize.
Like,
Which they are. Yeah, they have to be.
God,
No,
yeah,
men-
we are.
You just tell me
men
that.
are the prize.
Men are the
He
prize.
said-
Men and
Both
women
people
are
are the
prizes,
prize.
but you know,
Men are the
Because
prize.
they make each other.
Was that one of the
easier.
questions? we
No.
were about to?
I'll add it to the next one. Okay. Are men the prize?
All right, but go ahead.
Y'all just both said yes.
I cannot-
Yo,
No, I didn't.
You
oh
just
my
said
God,
no.
y'all are crazy.
I said both are the prize.
No,
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 I
no,
was
that-
talking about
Bring
is
it-
men with kids valuable?
Right.
Yeah.
This tastes like candy.
But no, what I was gonna say, that's what you made me remember my fault. in my 20s, I chose not to really date guys with kids. I'm 30 now. So I'm 30 now. So at this age, you're gonna meet guys that have kids pretty much. Yes, you'll find guys. I know a lot of guys that don't have kids. But at 30, pretty much almost everybody has kids.
Yeah.
So that horizon is open to not just only dating somebody. Shut up. That horizon is open to only not dating somebody with kids.
It tastes better than that.
This tastes it. It's good. It's just a little bitter.
That horizon is open to not only date somebody without kids, is with or without.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all bring something to the table when y'all have kids.
Girl, we're not saying that we don't bring. That was not the question.
Oh, you said that are y'all valuable? Yes, y'all valuable with kids. Because when you do have
so
kids,
men are the prize because you drink.
Shut up. When you have kids, I just had a long day. When you do have kids, when the men have kids, it makes it easier because they're able to understand what it's like dealing with children.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
And also, if you are a person that doesn't date somebody that has kids, but you have kids, I feel like you shut up. You should date somebody that has a big family because they're able to understand family orientation.
Yeah. My next. I cut you off. You be okay. My next relationship, I say, because he's gonna be my husband. My next relationship is
watch
my
that
husband.
movie.
Oh,
what?
That's your shirt you got on.
Yes, bitch, I did.
You don't watch black movies.
Oh yeah, I did.
Go ahead, because I was about to say something when you finished.
But damn, y'all know me losing my fucking thought.
I'm thinking about the movie now.
Oh no, I said for me, my next relationship is gonna be my last relationship, y'all. Speaking of existence, that's why I haven't gotten a relationship yet. But my next relationship is gonna be my last relationship, and he has to have a family. That was my number one thing. He has to have a family because I don't have family. So I'm like, he has to have a family. I want to feel it. Like I just want to be around
like a family, like cousins, brothers.
Yes, aunties, grandmas.
I love that.
I never experienced that.
And how do y'all feel about? Because I was always growing up. I learned dating people. I'm gonna say this with guys. Do y'all believe that people are? You can tell if how somebody's gonna treat you just by the way they treat their mother.
I don't believe that.
Say that, but I don't really believe it because I've had one that treats mama like gold, and he was horrible.
Some niggas is mama boys too. Like they will never treat you the way that they treat their mom because the mom doesn't really. A mother is probably never going to accept the girlfriend. Right. So, I mean, it all depends for real. It's a case by case situation.
Hey everybody that's tuning in.
All right, here we go. The next one.
How do you break?
Let's change this.
No.
How do we break the cycle of degrading each other in a relationship?
There we go.
Look at Diamond.
Compromising. Why did men keep calling that? All right.
The last one wasn't man bashing. It was just asking a question. But how do we break the cycle of calling each other names or slurs in a relationship?
All right, no, I actually like the first one better though. For how do we break the cycle of calling women bitches, hoes, sluts, etc.? Stop being bitches, hoes, sluts, and etc.
Ooh.
Stop it.
Well, what if they're not being that and you just are fucking disrespectful?
I like the words.
First of all, y'all call each other bitches all day.
No, but that's females. It's females.
Why does it hurt?
Why does it
hurt?
I got a question. Hell no. If your mom was dating somebody and a man called her bitch, you wouldn't stand up and like, I'm talking about your mom like that. Okay, so why is it okay for you to call people?
Well, so why is it okay for you to call her bitch?
Because it's my girl.
No.
But why it doesn't matter? You can't.
Answer the question first.
Because we have that type of relationship.
So all right. So hold on.
No. On your perspective, it's not right to call anybody a bitch. Your best friend.
So I'll put it like this.
Answer my question.
So I'll put it like this. So I'll put it like this. So I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this. Bitch. Yo, I thought you were starting it. Oh my god! Bitch, you!
Like,
the word bitch if a man says it, it's like to a woman, it's like a white man saying nigga. But like if two niggas is talking, I say nigga.
That's not the same.
It is the same.
That's not the same.
It is the same.
I look at it.
It has to be the same.
But why is it, like I said, why is it okay? It's not okay for a man to call your mom a bitch, but you can call a female a bitch.
Cause niggas watching.
Cause he a bitch.
But
he a bitch.
why do you say that to your?
'Cause nigga watch
Why
your
do you
mouth.
say that to your woman, but you can't say to your mama?
No, but who? I mean, no one's not really calling their woman.
That's mine. This is my mama.
Like me, I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm fucking dead. This motherfucker
Hey,
said that's
no,
mine. What's your mama name?
Mine, get off of here.
She probably watching.
No, seriously, on all seriousness though, like, I mean, I don't know. Women call all the sluts, hoes, bitches.
It doesn't give a pass
I
for a
don't think
man to
it's
call.
different.
Why?
Men and the women is different.
I
So
think
you
if
calling
a
us
man
equal? Are we
calls-
equal?
We're not.
Are
I don't
we?
wanna be.
So why the fuck you
If
think
you was
it's okay?
transgender, if you was transgender,
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying if you were. You can bust. I got a penis.
No, I got a pussy.
Don't make her.
Like,
I'll put my dick out.
No,
Big dick
please,
energy.
no, please
So
don't.
stop.
you can put your strap back in.
No,
boy
but
not
for
here.
real, for real.
Alright,
If we're not equal, because you so you, but I heard if you're not equal, right? If we're not equal, why is it you're saying? Well, you as a woman, you call another female. We're not equal. Why the fuck you
So
think
if we're not
that?
equal,
So why
higher
would
or
you call
lesser?
him a bitch?
Wait, hold on, about. If we're not equal,
Because he
if we're
acting
not
like
equal, if we're not
no,
equal,
but
oh,
I feel like if a
fuck
man
that.
is acting like a bitch, he's a bitch.
But you shouldn't call a man a bitch.
I shouldn't.
Tina, we're not
But
equal.
if he acting like
Tina, hold on here.
a
But
bitch,
if you
it's
acting
a
like one, what's
female.
supposed to
Tina,
call
here.
her?
I call you a punk ass nigga.
Hold on,
if you
Tina,
act
hear
like
this
that.
thing. If we're not equal, if we're not
If
equal,
he acting like a female, I'm gonna call him a bitch.
if we're not equal, who's higher or lesser?
The man is always higher.
Okay, so why
They
does
don't
he
give you the right to call
why
us a
does he
bitch.
have the right to do what he wants to do if he's over higher?
It
Why did the man? That wasn't the. Why is the man calling a female a
I'm
bitch?
just saying, no, it's just in general. Like,
Answer his
it's like
question.
niggas saying like,
He's going somewhere with this.
It's
No,
like-
he's
going somewhere.
I got what he was saying.
He's
See
going
that it's a
somewhere.
problem because you wouldn't allow a man to call your mom that.
Yeah, but that- why you don't, nigga?
you got a problem. You don't see a problem if a man call your
Well,
woman
actually, that's
that.
my mom. This is my
This is my mom. This is mine.
But no, it's
Okay, your
like,
sister.
all right.
This
Look,
is my sister. This is mine.
Oh, he's so
No,
stupid.
You're right.
Shut the fuck up.
But you're right. It shouldn't be like
That
It
is
should not.
disrespectful.
It shouldn't. It is
I will
disrespectful.
fuck a nigga up. My mama punched a nigga in his fucking face for calling her a bitch.
Like, but if
I will fuck
she's
you
a
up
hoe when
on
he calls
that
her a
bitch.
hoe, is that a problem for him to call her a
I
hoe?
don't feel like it's, I don't think it's
If
bad.
you a hoe,
If
you
you're
a
a
hoe.
hoe,
A
like,
female
niggas
or
is hoes.
slut or
That's
something
not
like that.
bad. If she a
If
slut,
you
she a
say
slut.
bitch,
That's
I might,
that's the end all
but
be all.
as my man don't call me a bitch. If a regular nigga out in the streets might call me a bitch, I might be. I might
do that shit.
Yeah, no,
You be
yeah.
walking and you
I
don't
might
be
be
being
doing
a
that.
nigga, bitch.
Yeah, but when if I don't have a nigga and a random nigga on the street call me a bitch?
slap it.
All right, you know what? I mean, for
My man shouldn't call me a bitch with a random nigga. He shouldn't be calling me a bitch neither. But I expect a man on the streets to call me a bitch before my man call me
I
a
ain't gonna
bitch.
hold you.
What if you like this, my bitch?
I'm not.
That's gay.
No, what? That's my bitch.
This my bitch. Like, that didn't even sound
Why
right.
you
That
say
sound
that?
like fucking
He
He
sound
said,
right.
this my bitch.
Like, that didn't fucking sound right.
I ain't
This
gonna,
my
I'm not gonna hold
That's
you.
not some niggas.
No,
say that.
nigga,
That's
no,
my
the
bitch.
fuck they don't.
Swear
Some
to
niggas
God.
do talk
Oh,
like that.
hell
Say
no.
that. This my bitch.
I ain't gonna hold you.
No.
But he
Fuck
don't
they
say it in
don't.
front of
What?
the girl.
Look,
Oh, no, I'm
So
gonna throw my
wait,
bitch.
so the
Right,
girl
that's
would be right
facts.
there, and then the guy would be like, "That's my bitch."
I
You
mean,
don't
I know
fucking
you guys
say
do
that shit. Shut the fuck up.
no, if a nigga came up to me and I was on the street, you know what I mean? He tried to talk to
Some
a girl like
You
a
say
bitches
child.
that like, no, that's my old lady or something. I ain't never heard no nigga talk about this
What
my
is it,
bitch.
90s?
I've seen that. Of course, I've seen that. But
This my bitch.
You saying that they
Oh! I would be like,
This my bitch.
nigga,
That's how they say.
I'm gonna put a sticker on my boyfriend car that say you. This
I'm
my
his
bitch.
bitch. Yeah,
This my
I'm
bitch.
he my
This
bitch.
my bitch.
He my bitch.
I'm about to find a bumper sticker when I get
Strap
off
it
this
on.
Oh,
podcast.
I like those for bumper stickers.
I'm like, this my
This my
bitch.
I ain't gonna hold you. It is disrespectful though. But like me, I like to play with words. I do semantics a lot. So I wouldn't just call you a bitch like, yo, you're a bitch. I would say some shit like, yo, why are you acting like a bitch? Or like, you're being a bitch. It's not me calling you a bitch. It's like me saying, anytime you put like and as is a metaphor or simile. So like,
Yeah.
you're being or you're acting like.
I mean, I might say that too, though. I'm like, oh, you acting like a bitch.
I'm not gonna be like, yo, shut up, bitch, and go do this. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, I
That's-
might say bitch. I might. Not to every man.
Okay, so the question was, how do we stop it?
We don't know.
Man, that's hard.
We
We'll
don't
get
know.
back to
What's
y'all.
my favorite word?
We'll get back here in about a year.
I
We
feel
work
like
on it.
if it stops being acceptable. So even with friends talking, if it stopped being acceptable.
Oh, so we bring it back to the women talking to each
we
other.
can take it all the way there. When you bring it
would have
back
to start
to
with
the
women.
making it no longer acceptable, then the women no longer allowing it to be acceptable from their men. Women no longer being accepted by a side.
But why are we just singling out one word?
Music.
It's like 4 words up here. So it's
Because
bitch, women.
bitch has the most effect.
Okay.
Like, you can call me a hoe, but I know how many people I fucked or didn't fuck. So that don't bother me.
But hoe don't necessarily mean that you are a hoe for like your sex life. You being a hoe,
You
you
being
being
a
a
hoe.
hoe. Like you
Yeah,
being a hoe.
not a actual hoe.
Right. That's whole
But
shit.
no, but that everybody like down south men don't talk like that. You being a hoe.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I
do.
don't know
Yeah, they
too
do.
many.
Yeah, you do.
The fuck, that's more.
They actually probably
more-
came from Atlanta.
Oh.
I don't think that I haven't seen no man talk to you being a hoe.
I have.
seen a
Y'all
couple of
tripping.
I have.
Y'all tripping.
What they say in Philly? Smut.
She's a sneeze.
But that's in Philly, so that's more
Pop
up
off.
north.
Bust
Jump
down.
off.
Jump off.
Down south men was raised different though. They not saying all that shit to women.
Bust down.
Anyway, what's the next question?
Barnyard Philly.
I'm done. Next question.
Next question is.
Remember the next
what?
question is the same as the fucking first question.
What?
That's what I said.
This is terrible.
Okay, skip the next one then.
Can men handle the pain?
Why
of
do women feel black men can't leave
Jesus
no more?
Christ.
Y'all skipped all the way down.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
It was
We
if you
skipped
married,
one.
could you marry the first person you had sex with?
No, that's someone else.
Could you marry the first person you had sex with? Yes.
I think I could.
But he's about to get married.
The first person you gotta take it back. The first person you had sex with, the first person ever. Damn, you don't remember her? It's like,
You
okay,
don't
yeah.
remember.
Oh,
Shut up.
I
Oh.
don't remember. I think I could.
I'm gonna
but
say no. I don't know that person
I don't feel
now.
like, I don't feel like he's established to the point where I would say yes today. No.
I said marry the first person
I'm
I had sex
gonna
with.
say no because I don't remember that person at all. I know who they are, but I don't know who they are now.
Oh.
I got you. So you'll know. I could
I could because he was a good guy.
Because everybody changed.
Homeboy said you was dragging your dick all through Philly way.
No, it wasn't.
Oh
You
wow.
don't even remember the first
Philly-
person you had sex
Philly is
with?
scary. No,
Philly's alone.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that I don't remember the person. I'm saying I don't know that person now. Like it's been 20-something years. Like I don't know who you are.
That is true. If it's 20
Okay.
years, it's like, okay, Dave done changed their personality. You can't say you
We
know.
haven't had a conversation in 20 years.
Wait,
You can't
that's
say
been
you
a
know,
long
'cause
time.
I hate when people say they know me and we went to
They
school together.
don't.
It's like, wait, you
Yeah.
don't know who I am today. Chill out.
Right. We change every fucking month.
Yeah, that nigga that went to high school with you is not the nigga that went to high
That's
school with
what
you.
I ain't doing this month.
Yeah, that's why I said
At
I
all.
could, and I don't even know where that motherfucker is.
Yeah, I could.
I wish I
I
was this
could.
motherfucker.
He's
Last time I
checked,
checked, he dated one of my homegirls, but that was like 3 years ago, and she didn't even know me and him had anything back then. So, but he was doing good last time I checked, but I don't know what the fuck he had now.
All right, so
I had a great ex. I had a great ex.
I still
That
communicate
is
All right,
only
with
two.
and how many kids makes a man start looking at women different?
What?
That's a serious question. I based that question off
I
of
say
Dirk.
Two.
Dirk, not India. Dirk
Dirk
having
had-
all them damn kids,
Right.
and then like.
no,
But
okay, yeah.
it was reversed to
You,
men.
Yeah,
you
it's
seen
7,
those
8
memes,
kids.
didn't you? I
Yeah.
told basically this came off from most of this.
But
came
that
off
was
from
but so how, if this came off of me and it was from men, then why is it towards men?
You should have had
Some
what's
of
her
them
name,
came
the
from
singer?
women.
Because she pregnant now.
Who?
No, she's married.
Who?
Kiki
is
Wyatt.
married. Kiki
She's
Wyatt.
married.
Shut the fuck up.
She's married.
all the kids,
But-
came from one dude.
Is she worth the
she-
same as what she was before? I feel like she is. Never mind, because she's done matured and. I feel
Yeah,
like she-
but
can
I
have
feel
all the
like how many? Okay, guys, answer the question. How many kids does a woman have that makes you look at her different?
Two.
So at 2, you look at
It
her
all
different.
depends. It all depends. If
I
it's
say
2
3.
kids, all right. Here's my point. If it's 2 kids, you got 2 different baby daddies.
Ooh, 2 different days.
Now, if I'm coming into that situation and we are together, I'll be the 3rd baby daddy. So if we weren't to work, you had 3 baby daddies, 3 kids, and you're single. It's bad luck. Because who's picking that up? Because after 2, you said 3. So after 3 different baby daddies, how you looking at the
What you
situation?
say, Tina?
The
Sharon
way I
had
would
how
be
many
looking at
kids?
it is like, okay,
That's different.
you got 2 different baby
Sharon had
daddies.
5 different kids.
And she
I would
said
be
Sharon had
looking
men
at
that were going
four
and
different
coming.
baby
I
Coming and
feel like
going.
if you got 2 different baby daddies,
No,
you're
she did
fucking
still
with one
wanted
of them.
her.
You're still fucking with one of them.
It's not about
You can
wanting.
still go back. We can
And
still
it wasn't
go back
just
to that
sexual.
one.
Okay.
But I still feel like 3, because like even
I
with
say
me,
3, that's why I
even
say
with
3.
me with guys, if a guy has 3 different kids, I don't care about how many different baby mamas you got. If you got 3 different kids and it's not from a divorce, I'm looking at you.
Oh, I care
Like,
because it's
What's
flags.
wrong with a divorce?
And I said if it's not from a divorce, like if you were married and you had 3 kids, that's a different story. But if you just got 3 kids and you just single,
Out here.
yeah. Then
That's a
as a
different
man,
story.
I'm like, okay.
You gotta
But
look at what's
for
wrong.
female- but no, I said for a man or a female, 3 kids is when you start looking at somebody different.
What do you got? What do you
Nigga,
got?
if he had twins?
That's different.
Right. There's still 2 motherfucking kids?
But
I didn't say 2. I said
like
3.
Twins.
So imagine you had twins and you had another kid.
2 different kids
Are they
at
4?
2 different times.
No, not 2 sets of twins, just a twin.
I said I didn't care
That's
about
3.
baby mamas. I said the kids. And perspective of the whole.
I'm
looking at yours plus my 2.
Well, for me, when it comes to a man
perspective,
me looking at a man with multiple kids, I can't do that. If he had 1 or 2 kids by 2 different people, okay. But after that, I'm like, hold the fuck up. No, because that means you could knock me up and leave me, my nigga. You ain't playing those games.
And you know,
because we have no reason. We don't know the real reason why.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. That's what my mama always said. The daddy can always leave.
Facts.
So she said, when you have a kid, base it off of you, not the dude.
Mm-hmm. And I wish every female. I'm not saying it just so that I make it seem like it's the female's obligation, because it's both obligations, especially when it's sex and 2 people are connected. So it's like, I feel like that need to be taught in every household. You know what I'm saying? If you're a female, you need to make sure that this is what you want to do, because at the end of the day, he can be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the truth.
Never was back to the other.
That man could always leave.
Cause it'd be hard just dealing with 1 kid, single parent, and then it have more. I'm like, hell, it's hard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's go to this one. If you're consistently attracting the same type person in a different body, does it mean you're a problem? I say yes.
Yes.
But yeah.
Wait, what?
Everybody's gonna be different. Wait.
If you're
consistently attracting the same person in a different body, are you the problem?
Yeah.
Basically, if you pick up the same.
Because you
have a
have
horrible
that
type?
spirit. You have that spirit, and you're attracting that spirit.
Okay, so because I keep pulling the same type.
But you're toxic. You said it. So.
And it's not even. It's not even a physical type. It's not even a physical type. It's a mental type. It's a mental emotional type.
I feel like
because I love dark skin, but I always.
Well, my mama
we're not talking about physical though. It's
That's
mental
the
and
only ones
emotional.
I always get.
No, we're talking about mental.
It's mental and emotional.
Yeah,
not physical. Because it's a different it's a different person, different body type, different whatever, but the same mental, the same
same shit.
Same vibes.
Y'all going to do this.
Yes, you're the problem because like
it might be said a little different, but yeah, you are the problem.
You're the problem.
That means you need to sit back, get yourself together,
and figure. First of all, you already know
and figure it because with the first red fucking flag,
you already seen it.
The other nigga
already seen it.
The other niggas had.
You already seen it.
You seen it.
So it's like you gotta take a step back and yourself right and just be like, wait, what the fuck? Why do I keep finding this? Why is it this person?
You do, boo. If you picking up the same spirit.
The same spirit.
Mm-hmm. All right. At what point is your breaking point in a relationship? Where you're what?
When you're like, fuck this.
When you're like, fuck this.
When there's no more talking, where there's no more let me say, when there's no more communication, where y'all just can't agree on anything, it's just like, man, this shit's not working. I'm not gonna keep trying to force something that's not working.
I'm kind of like Ashman, how you said that, like, you stick it through. And I seen something on TV where the girl was like, you either gonna, it was sisters, she was like, you either gonna leave the situation or you gonna be in it until you no longer give a fuck about it.
Yeah, because you're gonna feel it. Like my Tina Turner said, only you know when you're done.
But that sounds like you're just not trying to go through a breakup, so you're gonna have the breakup while you're in the relationship. So once the person's gone, who cares?
Me personally, I feel like while sticking something, you're miserable and you make yourself even down and down. Like if you would have got out of it when you were supposed to get out of it when you left the first time, you would have been good mentally, physically, emotionally, all that stuff. But if you continuously putting, because that means something wrong with you. Yeah, if you continuously staying in that situation, what's wrong with you?
But that's what I think it is.
I think it's 2 different types of people. Like, you're the person that you're going to leave, but then there's people who, like I said, are going to stick with it until they no longer have that emotional connection.
It's not
they
leaving.
just have to go through it. In order to
it's leaving. It's leaving.
I forgot how she
it's
put it, but it was such a perspective.
It's leaving though. It's like having a breakup. It's like having a breakup while you're still with the person.
Do y'all ever talk about the end game? Do y'all see what is the?
There is no end game. It's over.
No, I'm saying if it wasn't over, what is the end game? Did y'all ever speak about? Is it marriage? What is y'all go together to? While y'all in this
talk about that shit, but if
it's not working, it ain't working.
Yeah, but I'm saying if some people end goal is marriage, they would make a lot of stuff work. But if it's if they're really fucked up, It won't make that shit work.
But even if they
it depends on what they're gonna do too.
But even if it just can't work, Tina, because like just because the puzzles might fit doesn't mean that it's gonna be a great picture. So like you could try your best, but I feel it. Like when you said that to me, that was like, all right, I'm just gonna stick out with this shit because for we already broken up. But I don't want to feel the heartbreak or the heartache of the breakup. So when I feel like I no longer give a fuck. I can give no cares. I don't care. And we break up, so be it. I can move on to the next because I already knew this was. I already knew what it was.
I can relate to that.
That's how I look at that. But me personally, I feel like if we just can't communicate, if there's nothing going on, if everything that I'm bringing to the table and you're bringing to the table ends up in turmoil, then we just need to end this because there's no point of us both being miserable every day when there's plenty of fish out here in the sea and we can get on with our lives.
And be happy.
Exactly.
You have to be happy for you before you can be happy in a relationship.
Right.
Because if you're not happy for you and you're not happy with yourself and your peace, you can't bring shit to that relationship.
But drama.
But drama. And hurt and pain.
Damn, you make it all summer.
Right, like the fuck
because nobody, because I actually, because a lot of people like, well, Tim, you don't give nobody a chance. Once I see shit that I know I don't want to accept, I don't entertain it. If I choose to entertain something, that means I wanted to entertain it. Either it could be sexual, it could be money, it could be different reasons, but I'm not gonna be in a relationship with it. I'm entertained.
But you gotta understand, if you were in that relationship, that's the difference. So if you're in it now, then what? Not just you trying to.
That's the thing. I don't get in relationships until I feel like, all right, yeah, I'm fucking with this. I could date you a whole year. I won't get in a relationship with you until I feel like, okay, I could fuck with you for. And I choose to do that for me.
So fast forward in a relationship, when do you say fuck it? After all that, after all your vetting and all that.
I haven't dealt. That's why for me.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
I have, and I haven't dealt with all that crazy stuff. My 2 relationships was good relationships. One of them, my family kind of fucked up, but the other one, he cheated, but he had reasons why he cheated, and I ain't shaming for it. Shit, I was out here. I wasn't cheating on him. Not that one. I didn't cheat. That was my first. I didn't cheat on him. But I was out here. He introduced me to the club life. I was clubbing every weekend. I was never around him like I used to be. I wasn't around him. I wasn't doing shit that I was supposed to be doing as a girlfriend. He went out and cheated. When we was on a break, he went out and cheated. But while we was together, he cheated. No, but while we was together, he cheated again. So that's when I was like, found out she was pregnant.
Well, you know what? That's crazy.
But hold on, it's a twist to it. She wasn't really pregnant, but ended up getting pregnant.
Oh, wow. Was it his?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, eventually, yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. I think.
So
she was trying to get pregnant.
So that the crazy thing is that it segues us into the next question.
Now she got like 5 kids.
It's
not by him.
It segues us into the next question because the question that you asked that about the end game, right, or the end goal. What do you aspire to have in your relationship or marriage?
What do I aspire?
So in your relationship, if you aspire to be married, or if your marriage, do you aspire to build or?
Of course, to build, but to build a family, to build some type of legacy.
Right. Generational wealth is my answer.
Generational wealth, that's definitely one.
Residual income.
For me, what I aspire to have in my relationship is like communication, like open communication where both people are hearing each other, not just hearing like what they want to hear or hearing to respond. I also like aspire to have someone that I can just be myself with openly without covering up or putting on the facade to blanket how they are.
That sounds like goals in the courtship because like why wouldn't you have that type of relationship with somebody that you're in a relationship with? Because don't you figure all this out when you're courting the person?
You should, but a lot of people don't court. They just jump in shit.
That's
like
true.
You end up finding out who somebody really is. I'm gonna say like a couple months later.
And then sometimes people change after they know they got you mentally and emotionally.
That's definitely true. I've seen it.
That is true. Because some people are manipulative. They'll try to control situations. Like, damn, I got away with that. Let me see if I can get away with this.
Right.
But I just basically in my relationship, I just want somebody that I can turn into a husband with. Of course, residual income. Not residual. Generational wealth. I said it wrong.
Residual income is still good.
Well, yeah. Residual income, generational wealth. Someone that I can put an idea in the atmosphere and we come together and like make it prosper.
You want a team.
Yeah, I want a team.
Right.
Like,
a partner, not
and then I want somebody that's like my daddy. Like my
if you got
daddy
kids,
is
it's a
his
team.
woman.
You need a team if you got kids too.
Yeah, too. And together, y'all a team. Like y'all making shit work. Because the end goal, ideal goal, is to live comfortably, live happily, and leave something to the people that you love.
Right.
So I mean, I feel like that will be my end goal, or that's what I aspire in a relationship or a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even if I had kids, I would want to leave something for them. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that I feel like that should inspire people with kids automatically.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I have a question. It's kind of off the script. We got plenty of time. It's kind of off script. I was having a discussion or whatever. I want everybody to name 6 things you see in your ideal person.
Ooh.
Love, loyalty, moral fiber.
What?
Moral fiber. Like
Explain that.
moral fiber is like moral fiber is like your moral compass. So basically, like you know what's right and you know what's wrong, and you know that if like cheating was a part of morality.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that if you go out and cheat on me, that's a fucked up situation because you wouldn't want it to happen to
So
you.
loyalty.
The same thing, but moral fiber stretches a little bit further because you can be moral on a bunch of things. It's like if we go to the store and you steal a fucking loaf of bread because we don't have the money or something like that. Like, was that morally correct to do that? So moral fiber.
It's like a candy bar.
Consistency, respect, and last but not least, I mean, I don't know. Y'all gotta get back to being the last one.
Love, compromise, communication, honesty, loyalty,
Respect.
and respect. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
I knew you was gonna say that. That's my main ones too.
Understanding.
Understanding, definitely, and I would say transparency, definitely.
Yeah.
Transparency,
Definitely
yes.
transparent.
Because you don't want to be with somebody that's just one-sided.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had wrote down mine because I had to take time to really think, like, you know, because all that
So
sounds
did you
great.
date
Love.
to us just now, but you been had yours?
No, because I was actually
But
these was conversations that I was having this week, and I was like, yo, that would be good to bring to the podcast because we all would say that literally, and I said to the person I was talking to, everybody would say the same thing. What should be surface things?
You didn't name me 6.
My 6, damn, I was explaining what you just said. Damn. All right, my 6 was someone that knows who they are and loves themselves. That's number 1
That's
because
love.
you can't. Yeah, but they have to love themselves. They can't just
Still
love
love.
me.
Self-love.
Yeah. All right. Someone that knows their actual definition of being a man and being the leader. Someone that understands that children goes to mother, mother goes to husband, husband goes to God. That's what I believe.
So,
So, all right,
I
someone,
a
yeah.
hierarchy.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm breaking down what you're saying.
Pyramid scheme.
Right. You just hit it with a pyramid scheme.
I'm freaking dead.
Someone, yeah, okay, but I was explaining it, motherfucker. Someone that knows how to provide.
Provider. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not just giving one word. I was actually writing it
That's how you
down.
gave it to
Us,
us.
right.
I did not. I never said one word.
You said 6 things.
No, I said give me 6 things that y'all would have in your
I'm just breaking
ideal
it down for
person.
them.
I never
Provider,
said words.
Now I wanna go
hierarchy,
again.
love. Keep going.
First and foremost, that's what I was saying. That's why I should have went first because I never said words.
All right, so
I said 6 things that y'all see. This motherfucker went words.
Titty, you
Y'all
loud.
went words.
Let's go.
The next thing, motherfuckers. Someone that knows how to love me and learn my likes and dislikes.
More love.
I knew he was. Shut the fuck up.
Affection.
Someone that knows how to be freaky.
Sex. Good sex.
Exactly.
Open mind.
Fun sex. Good open. Freeness.
Take the strap.
No. Don't do that.
Open-minded is my 7th. I like that. Fro. So
I want you to be.
I don't want
I
nobody
want you
that's
to do
closed-minded.
some
open-minded
stuff.
would be my 7th one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
you
like,
have to be.
but
I
also
want
like
fun.
transparency,
I want to be
not one
fun.
segment.
Like,
That is
I want
true.
your sex.
Alright. You was fucking crazy.
We got
Next
one more round.
fucking
Yeah.
question.
Why? And this is the one for me. I wish somebody was here for it. Why do black
Sure.
men look at Kevin Samuels as a Bible, but yet he's had 2 failed marriages?
So allegedly 1, and then 2, not all black men look at Kevin Samuels as a Bible. And then 2, you don't know why his marriage is failed. If his marriage is failed because of a woman, does that not make him more of a God?
But if it's happened more than once,
it doesn't matter. It could have still failed because of them.
You say all the time, if it's been if it keeps happening in repetition, then that means you're the
know.
problem.
How do we know that?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Learning experience for him,
right? And we exactly. He could gain his knowledge from that.
He probably learned something. Say, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna teach these young motherfuckers. Hey, look,
what not to do.
What not to do.
But that's just like saying.
Even though I don't agree with a lot of Kevin Samuels stuff, I don't want to.
That's why I say he's not a Bible for all black men. That's why I say allegedly.
Not all. But I should have said some. But
I watched like 3 Kevin Samuels things.
But that's just like saying a bum on the street tells you don't invest in Bitcoin. I did that, or whatever, and I lost it all. And then you sitting here like, oh, somebody telling you that isn't the stock market Bitcoin about to hit, and you gonna listen to the bum?
Bad analogy. Because now you're calling him a bum. You are, because like you don't know. We don't know his situation.
You're not gonna listen to a homeless person.
That's not true.
I will listen to your story, but I'm not gonna take advice from you because you're in a position that I do not want to be.
Just because he's in that position does not mean that he's in that position because of his fault. People a lot of soldiers that have come back from war are on the street homeless because of PTSD and all kind of other issues.
My mom
doesn't mean they don't have common sense.
Urban ministry.
Okay, let's take bum out. Let's put crackhead.
All kinds of shit.
That's different.
Let's say crackhead then.
But that's a horrible skill because now you're calling Kevin Samuels a crackhead.
No, I'm not. I'm comparing it to saying that you're saying that somebody that's had an experience can still give you information, which is true. But at the same time, if somebody that cannot show, for me personally, if you cannot show me that how your outcome was from this great advice that you're giving me that you have failed to do in your own life, why am I going to listen to you?
So let's take your analogy. Is the crackhead telling me to do crack or not to do crack?
The crackhead is telling you to not invest in Bitcoin.
No. That's different because you changed it. That was the
I just changed the homeless person to crackhead.
But that's not the thing. A crackhead is a reason he's a crackhead. So is the crackhead telling you not to do crack or to do crack?
If you want to put it in that perspective, he's telling you to hit the bag with him.
To hit the bag with him? What's that mean?
Crack.
To do crack with him? No, I'm not going to do that. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's not a stupid analogy.
It is because you didn't keep it.
You do not have the exact facts of why Kevin Samuels got a divorce, so you don't know.
But that still goes back to me saying I'm not going to listen to somebody that has failed twice.
Okay, him failing twice, you still don't understand why he failed and how.
So that's kind of mean because they gonna be like,
we don't know if it was a.
We don't know.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
I'm not gonna listen to somebody that keeps failing.
All right, so
I feel the same way because I wish a bitch would tell me about my relationship and your relationship. Hell no.
Kevin has one. He's two-sided. 1 minute he's praising a certain type of woman, and then the next minute he's.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have any female friends that? Hold on. Do you have any female friends that have multiple children that aren't with their baby fathers?
Only one.
Okay, so you have that one female friend that you take advice from, and she's filled.
I don't take advice from her.
You don't? Okay.
Okay, so Kevin Samuels.
Like I said, I don't take advice from people.
Kevin is.
Who do I take advice from?
I can't do that.
Right.
I can't do that.
I ain't gonna say it on camera.
Shy, you stupid. Shut up.
You have in the past.
Okay.
You have.
Oh, I didn't even think about that when I was thinking about somebody else.
Exactly, but you have taken advice. So like I'm saying, they failed miserably. So you don't still take advice from them? Yeah, you do. Like they learned from the experience doesn't mean they're going to fail again. He had 2 failed marriages. We don't know the reasons why he had failed marriages. He could have said, "Yo,
first
I'm done with this."
18 or something. And
the second,
next one probably like when his.
She could have been a gold digger. You don't fucking know. So if we had the exact information of why his marriage is failed, then that's different. It's like, all right, well, damn, I'm not listening to this nigga because he lost his wife because he wasn't treating her right or he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do.
The reason I don't listen to Kevin Samuels, he's two-sided. I sat here and watched him dog females who come onto his live, bosses, and they have a certain mindset, and he degrades them.
He had a jealousy spirit with women.
And then as soon as he did an interview with Nicki Minaj, he was had a total different mindset. He was even trying. He was kind of flirting with her, and I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Why are you not degrading her?
But for me, outside of the point I made with Kevin Samuels, I feel like guys they do like how I say when I made a post about this. Guys take Kevin Samuels like Christians do with the Bible. Nothing against Christians at all, but they will take out certain points from it and then put it into their life. Yeah, so they will pick out the points where he says a woman should do this, a woman should do that. Yeah. But a lot of things he says a man should make 6 figures, a man should do this, a man should blah 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 to be high value. And these men go out here looking for these high value women. They go out here looking for these high value women, but they not even what he considers a high value man.
Truth be told, a lot of guys don't look for high value women because they feel like there's too much.
Right.
Let's stop.
But based off of, because a lot of guys comment on this damn podcast and they be basing their fucking acronyms and
not
all that
everybody
shit
though.
Off of what?
Not everybody. They made a post.
You are attracted to a lot of bad bitches online, but in reality, a lot of straight guys go for the average female. They don't have to They don't have to do too much for.
And then you can't make a post.
My sister Quisha has said the same thing recently because this guy she know got it going on, and he goes for average female.
Average. He don't want no
because
he knows he can do all this and then gotta cater.
Right. But here's another thing: don't post a post about Kevin Samuels and expect nobody to say anything about it.
No, that was just right now. Every time I make a post, is somebody saying something about Kevin Samuels.
I don't know. I haven't really seen too much of that, but like all I'm saying is this:
it's like 3 guys.
Everybody, it's not like it's like anything. It's like anything else that you listen to or watch. You're not going to do exactly everything that they say. It's like music. Mm-hmm. Niggas talk about something, they go do drills all day long. You might like the music, but doesn't mean you're going out there to fucking do drills.
I agree with, and somebody say I don't agree.
Exactly.
What I do? All right, I've been watching Kevin Samuels recently. And what I can say about Kevin Samuels, he says it all the time. His show is not for women.
It's for men.
His show is for men. And a lot of women talk down on what he say to the men. But Kevin Samuels is very manipulative and everything too. But he has a certain type of women that he holds as value. He even said on his show, if you're, I hold 20... He really said 20-year-old to 30-year-old value. He will only marry a 20 to 30-year-old. He's old as shit. But he will only marry a 20 to 30-year-old. He said 30 is pushing it.
Because he feel like they have too much baggage.
Yeah, right. he always, but what I do love about what Kevin Samuels says, a lot of us women, I posted it today, a lot of us women was not raised to be a wife. And he's looking for somebody that was raised as a wife. We wasn't raised to be a wife at all. So we can't say, oh, we was, he asked, what is it, how was you raised to be a wife? And nobody could give that answer. Every woman that was coming to
I think you can get that from who you've been around too. Like, but my mom didn't really show me how to be right. But my sister who was a wife when I was raised on, she showed me. I was around my sister a lot.
And he downgrades it. Y'all was raised on being
single,
bouncing,
independent,
and going to school.
That's exactly what he said.
Getting careers and all of that stuff, and he downgrades that. But his generation was brought up to be wild,
right?
And at the end of the day, it's like what you said. It's for men. It's not for women. Because he also said to a lady,
he's like the generation of men.
But right. I think it's for every generation of men. For because
well, he did say it's for every generation because some of the stuff that he does say to the men is good, but we as
not
women,
for you.
Right? We as women be like, what? No, because we're
not.
Like that. Yeah, we wasn't. And the thing about
and it's not a woman platform. That's why he said you can't go to. Yeah. He said because one woman I seen, he said, "Oh, did you call up Jet? Did you call up Ebony? Did you call up this all these women things and tell them what they need to talk about? No, you didn't. But you're calling me to tell me what I should talk about for men."
This was I think was good. He said to a young woman that has a mother and father that stays in the same home. They're married. They've been married since before her or whatever, and he said to her, first thing she said when she got on the on his podcast was, I was raised to be a wife. And he said, tell me everything how you was raised. What does that look like to you? What does that mean? And everything she said, she basically said, oh, I was raised to go to school. I was raised to find a job. I was raised, So everything she was naming, everything she was naming, he said, that's not raised. That's your mother raised you to be an independent woman. And then she said, oh, well, she asked him, well, what does it mean to be a wife? He said, that's not for me to answer. That's for your mother. Go to your mother. And then she could say, but what if my mom don't tell me? What does it mean to be a wife? He said, a lot of women, y'all need to go to the older generation and ask that are wives.
So they will tell you.
Right. That y'all need to go to them and ask, hey, what is all the, things to be a wife?
I grew up with watching my sister because my mom used to work third shift. So when I was too young to be home by myself, my mom would send me to my sister's house, and I would watch her and her husband. And pretty much watching her and her husband, like she cooked, cleaned, she maintained him, massages, and she just made him feel happy and was his peace. So I learned a lot of things about being a wife or being submissive, because I am a submissive person, by watching her. But yeah, a lot of our mothers didn't teach us how to do it, because we kind of were still, even though our parents were is it called latchkey kids? Yeah, we still were too, because they were working while we were coming home.
But see, that it goes back to our last week's question.
Right.
You know, where was the fathers at?
Mm-hmm. Work.
And if we go back into say no,
or they wasn't in the house at all.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying, the mother only did what she had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like she pretty much worked. So she taught her child work, go to school, do what you need to do, so you don't have to worry about needing a nigga. Because I feel like our mothers probably felt like they needed somebody, so they had to work hard to make sure they didn't need nobody.
And that's what we have to do now. Mothers,
I wanna go on his podcast, because he talked to everybody else that had a man or they had some. I want to talk, or I mean not a man, talk to a lot of women that had like mothers and fathers around and everything. I want to ask him, because I haven't seen the question. So for women that have not been around marriage, that have not been around family like that, where do we get, I mean, I know where to get my answer from, but at the same time, how do women know where to get their answer from? Since you are not telling, I mean, he should not tell them. But I'm like, where do women like that get?
But he did, like you said, go to the
but whenever you don't have that, what the fuck?
You should have
you don't have to.
You don't have to. You can have friends that got
those church people.
Church friends that got older parents. We 30 shit.
Work. You got older women that work.
Yeah, but I don't have friends that have marriages. Like I don't have none of that. Like
no, not friends with marriage.
I mean, their parents is not married. Like shit, none of my friends' parents married. So I'm like,
and there's a reason why.
Yeah.
But back then, I even in like slavery movies, I just saw Birth of a Nation for the first time the other night, and I just saw literally this man asked to be this woman's husband literally like 2-3 days after meeting her. It was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That was back then.
And they was together.
Exactly, but these days, shit.
I mean,
we have so many options.
Divorces are more tangible.
The options were the same back then, Ash. The options were the same back then.
You just couldn't call. It wasn't as easy. It wasn't as tangible as it is now.
It's more tangible today, yes, but the options are still there.
That is right.
So you could, like, because back then, because back then, if you wanted to,
you had to
now online, we got phones.
Can I finish? So if you, like, back then it's different, because you could get up and have a whole entire family that lived 4 blocks away, and you would never know because you didn't have all the shit like you have today.
Right.
So the options
sold and all that.
So the options were there. So you could have had double families and all that shit too. But like it wasn't like it wasn't like that. It's like because of the slavery, moving on to the segregation and then the Jim Crow and then to what we have now. So everything just took a spiral down from the 60s, and it's a reason why. We won't get into it, but it's a reason why all that went downhill, and we are where we are today now.
Right.
So I feel as though, you know, we could make it all come back if we, you know, figure a way out to say, like, fuck all this bullshit. We need to stick together. At the end of the day, if we all were talking about what we wanted for a relationship or we aspiring to a relationship and marriage, which was like generational wealth was what pretty much everyone said, you can't do that without the mother and the father and the children in the home. You can't do that.
Like you said, a team. It takes a team.
Facts.
You can do it, because a lot of single mothers out here making generational wealth, but it's harder. Because you're with doing that, you're sacrificing something. So even with like me, for example.
But strip this as a whole, like the community as a whole. So, you need that. That's a great. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what you're saying. Basically, what you're talking about.
That's
what I'm
not
saying.
what I was about to say.
Can I say what I was gonna say?
She was talking about.
I don't care. You can bandwagon in a minute. But I'm just going off of your point. I'm saying strengthen as a whole, like you just said, that women can do it, or it can be done, or men can still build generational wealth. But if we stay together, we build as a whole, which brings up the community as a whole. Not just, oh, well, I'm a single mother, I have generational wealth, these are my children. They're going to learn the same exact traits. Maybe that daughter goes off and does the same thing, build generational wealth, but she has no husband. Or maybe the son does the same thing and he has no wife, or he's not a part of his child's life. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say was about the generational. If a woman does it as a single mother, even like in the perspective of just me working myself, like as a single parent, you're sacrificing. So if she does do that, she's gonna be sacrificing that time with her child. So it is better to do it with a man versus being by yourself and doing it. But it can definitely be done for women out there.
Right. So it's like I said, it's done and it's done all the time. But like I said, we need to really stick together so we can build the culture in our community back up. Because like, all right, let's take a step back. Do you see a lot of Caucasian people? They build generational wealth and they build it in families.
Right.
Back in the day, they had families that had incest with families to keep the generational wealth in the family.
Right.
Ain't that what Queen Elizabeth does?
Pretty much, that's it.
Unless,
it goes down the line. Trust me, it goes down the line. My boy told me, he said, behind every great fortune is a great crime. And
no, but a lot, that was normal for like back in the day, people having sex with their family
generational
members.
wealth, because like you're not of our pedigree.
What the fuck?
You're not of our pedigree. We have billions and billions of dollars. We're gonna keep this in the family, literally.
Yeah. Because if you look at it, a lot of the white areas, Virginia, that's what you always hear, like, Virginia, they be having sex with each other cousins.
West
Mississippi,
Virginia,
they
too.
having sex with each other. Yeah, you hear that a lot back in those areas because that's
Kissing
where most of the
cousins.
white people
Man, that's how it was in my hometown too. I mean, we're in the borderline, and I dated my cousin, and I didn't even know in middle school. I didn't know that was my cousin until literally the daddy came to her daddy came to my grandma's house, and my dad was talking. They was like, yeah, they cousins, and I was like, he was like, yeah, do you know my niece? She go to school with you. I'm like, yeah.
If y'all want to talk about some country shit, kissing cousins is some country shit.
Who?
Kissing cousins.
It happened down up north too.
But it's a term that came from down here.
Yeah.
Cousin that kid.
Kissing, they just call them kissing cousins. So cousins that are
Kiss
actually
your cousin, but you just did kiss your cousin.
right, or in a relationship with your cousin you don't even know, or you do know.
That's pretty much what it is.
But yeah, I feel as though like if we can all come together as a people and figure out what's going on with us, and we can build the generational wealth. We can build the community.
I have a question.
Oh, we got a lot of time. We didn't ever get that to you. That's why I said question.
I got a topic.
I have a we got a couple more.
Let's get to it.
I have a question, that one, because we do have time. Do you think some jobs should release the fact that you don't have any experience in the field?
I'm sorry, you said one time? I don't know what you said. I swear to God, I'm sorry.
Do y'all think that a lot of jobs should release the fact that you don't have any type of experience in that field? That you should release saying, "Oh, you can't hire."
So basically, can jobs? Do you feel that jobs stop saying you don't have experience or not hire you?
Because how are we going to get
you don't have their experience?
Right.
I think they should, especially for somebody that's graduating from college. Because at the end of the day, how am I going to get the experience if you don't show me?
Right.
Most jobs are hiring young. And it's a reason why they're hiring young, because first of all, you're coming straight out of school, and we can pay you what we want to pay you. We can teach you what we need to teach you, and you can sustain this for another 5 years, so you can even make what you're supposed to be making at the end of that 5 years. So you trying to get out here and get into the field of trying to take a young person's position or a young job, it's going to be a lot harder for you.
She was just saying.
I was saying, say if you want to be a contractor, that you don't have any experience. But your goal, your passion in that area. You're passionate in that area. Wonder if you wanted to work that job, but they saying, I don't want you to work. Everybody's
gonna start
at the age I'm at now.
No, I'm just saying in general.
So at the age I'm at now, I've only put in my life
at the age
right now.
you at now.
Right. So the reason why they're saying that is because, like I just said, they have a younger person who's going to be a
when
better
I was
shape
young,
than I am.
they were saying the same shit. I'm
But
saying
I
in
never had
general.
I don't know. I've never had that.
Wow. I reached out for a lot of corporate jobs when I was younger. I didn't get it because I had no experience.
Gotcha.
No, I got the experience.
Applications.
Were you educated enough for the position?
I feel like I was.
No, I'm saying qualifications.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So that's why you didn't get it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they had a 22-year-old out of college, and we were younger, that had the master's.
I said, do you think they should stop that?
No, because people still want people that's going to be certified for
but
what they need.
I could be I have way more knowledge than that person that went to school on that subject.
The only thing that matters is in black and white, Tina.
Well, my job
saying,
now.
Okay, yeah, I want to be a barber. I know how to cut hair, but I still want to be a barber. No, because I feel like I'm being cheated. Because I
No, but you need a license for barber. That's different. I'm talking about something that's entering the
That's the
fucking
same
phone.
thing. Somebody that did
So what job you
education,
talking
somebody
about?
went to school for this.
Okay,
You have
she's
the
bypassing.
qualifications. You have
I
the
brought the
qualifications
school.
of
She's
it.
bypassing. I missed her point. I just caught her point though. She's saying basically not even with no school. So like, say if
If you don't have the qualifications for the job, you can't get the job.
But she thinks that if it's something like as small as fucking working for Spectrum, and you're gonna fucking train me to do the shit regardless. So why do you have qualifications? In the qualifications, I have to have had experience with customer service jobs.
For example, I'm bringing this up because my job just sent the email to a lot of us saying that they are hiring in different positions, even if you don't have the experience, as long as you're working in the company. Even if, because a lot of them, you had to have a degree
So
for
you
it.
can be
That's called promoting from within.
No, they would not
That's
exactly.
called promoting from
okay,
within.
That, not
Okay,
exactly.
not exactly, but like
they're different.
a higher
Yeah,
position.
yeah, you
Right.
can, because I could actually get a higher position right now that I don't know really much about.
But they gonna train
But
you.
since I work in the company, they would
Promotion
train
from
me.
within.
Yes, but they only used to hire. They just released the thing. They only used to hire people with bachelor degrees.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying, even if they did not remove that, do you? And I knew I had some knowledge on that area. Do you think they should still hire me?
I feel like you have to have the qualifications in
No.
order to have the job.
No.
They released the whole test.
Because, like,
I feel like they should base it off of the person.
Yes,
Like,
I
the
feel like
but I
they
know.
should take a
The
test.
interview with
Everybody
the
has
person.
If there's an
tests.
aptitude test, that's different. If there's an aptitude test, that's completely
Everybody has tests now.
No,
We
not
all
everybody.
got to go through something
Every
to get
job has
to
a
a certain point.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Sorry for the younger people, but at the end of the day, we all have to go through something to get to a certain
How would
point.
How would I even be able to rank? Even though some jobs don't give a fuck if you rank high or not, how would I be able to rank high if you don't give me the opportunity?
If you gave me the aptitude test and I
That's
take
why
a
you
test,
just got feel shit in your resume.
if you take an aptitude test and I pass the test, then I am qualified to do that job, correct?
Correct.
Right. That's the only thing that sets me apart from anybody else that is qualified or has degrees or whatever to do it.
But you won't allow me to take the test if
You just
I don't
said-
have a degree. No, I'm
So-
saying
so-
They won't even pay you no
saying-
attention.
You're not
That's
qualified
why
for the
I
job, so you
always
can't do
say
it.
But I don't
put
think
in
that's
your
fair.
application more than what you have experience for if you're trying to get a different position or go into a different field. Like I was doing security.
Because they're
then I
going to
was-
train you either way.
If I was doing
Right.
security, then I went to being a CO. I put in my damn application some other shit so I could get it. I just researched the job,
Right.
what the damn job did, what the people reviews on the job, and I based my damn interviews off of all that I researched.
So basically, look at it this way. Let's put it this way. Let's say you want to go be a doctor, right? Now you want to go be a doctor. You don't have no kind of degree.
That's-
You know nothing. It's not different because
It's
it's still a job.
different.
It's
That's
not
like
different.
clearly you
That's
have
not
to have
No,
experience.
He just said
With
exactly
the
what I
doctor,
said.
you
No.
have to do internships and all that shit.
You
It's
just said
different.
the
I said
job
no to
requires
exactly.
a
I'm talking about
bachelor's
higher
or a.
rank. Yeah, but
She's
that
saying
I
her
was
job
talking
used to
about-
require
Yeah.
a bachelor, not no more. They don't.
It doesn't matter. Okay, they don't require anymore, but you said that she can get promoted from within to get to a higher job.
Yes.
Right.
That's
So-
because they released it.
But it's the same aspect. We're talking about the same thing. If you want to go be a doctor, you can't just go take a test and say, "Oh, I'm a doctor
Well,
now."
I
You have
know
no
what I'm
experience,
doing.
right?
No.
You can't do that.
I don't
doctor-
feel
I feel like
I just don't
I
feel
feel
like
like
fair
basic
for
ass
people.
different
jobs.
opportunities. I mean, different type of jobs.
I feel
doesn't
like
matter.
basic ass jobs like call centers and shit.
It's
You
basically
can't
you.
straight just because. Okay, so basic ass jobs to me are like call centers. You shouldn't have to have all this damn experience
Right.
because you're going to put me through 2 months of training
Of
to
course
be
I'm
able
not.
to know how
If
to
they
use
do,
the
if they do, a lot of jobs are taking away training because
What?
they feel a
Not
lot
call
of
centers because it's
a
so many
lot of
systems.
jobs. Okay, that's different though. But
There's
a lot
so
of
many
jobs are
systems
taking
you
away.
gotta-
A lot of jobs are taking away training
Especially when
because
it comes to construction.
if I'm not gonna pay you and you know what you're doing because you went to school and went
They
through
still
it,
gotta
they
train
throw
you.
you
Why
out
do
there
I
and
need
let
to
you
train you? if
But
you already
one-
went
but-
qualified for it.
No, but at the same
I
time,
said basic ass job, so I done took away
To
the
you.
whole qualification. You don't need no bachelor to work at Spectrum. You don't need no bachelor to work at United Healthcare.
Exactly.
As far as a customer service
They-
No,
representative.
but if you want to,
Anybody can get it.
You want an actual, like a position where you actually are over other people.
Right.
No, I'm not
Yes.
talking about. That's why I said basic.
But that's what she said.
That's
Basic
what she said.
customer
How did you
service
not say that,
representative
bro?
job.
when did I say that?
I thought you
Tina,
said
that's what you
something
I
said.
said a higher rank job.
A higher rank job
You
that
said
needs
it.
a degree.
That's not higher
No,
rank because
higher
you
rank.
can say
Any
McDonald's
type of
and
higher
Spectrum.
job.
McDonald's pay fucking $7.25. Spectrum pay $20
That
an hour.
doesn't mean that it's higher rank. A higher rank means a higher
A
position
higher
in
rank
the job.
pay.
It could be-
I took higher
You
rank
can be
pay.
the manager at
It could be a
McDonald's to
shift
make more than a
leader.
spectrum worker.
It
That
could be
means
any
nothing.
type of
Yeah,
I took
leadership
higher rank
position.
pay from it. I didn't take higher rank position. I took higher rank pay from it. Because you can work at McDonald's and be like, oh, Spectrum is hiring. They paying $20 an hour. Let me apply.
I think they make like $8.20.
All right. When I say hiring, my job is not worker then manager. It's a whole bunch of shit in the
different things.
Yeah, but it's not even just a title. I work in nationals. I work in lab. I work in this. I work in that. It's not just manager, worker, manager. So when I was thinking high rank, I was thinking I should have explained it better then. I was thinking of, since I am PC, I could go to nationals next.
Okay.
So I don't have to
explain the difference between PC and national.
Right.
So it's like, is it like Verizon, prepaid and postpaid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it like Verizon, prepaid and postpaid?
What?
Verizon. You work for Verizon. Prepaid is like prepaid. You pay every week for some minutes on your phone. Postpaid is monthly, and there's two different sections where people work.
My job. You got general manager, you got area manager, you got portfolio manager. These are all different rank up from the job. From a general, you can have assistant manager, general manager, area manager, portfolio manager.
Kind of went a lot of ways because my perspective was different from what you
So if you don't have the bachelor's or the master's to be an area manager, then you cannot be the area manager until you have that experience. Now, we can promote you from within. So if you were the general manager for some odd years, we think that you should know what you're doing to be the area manager. Is that something? But I can't come off the street. Yeah, bitch, hire me for the area manager.
Nigga, this.
Nigga, no. What experience do you have? What qualifications do you have?
I feel like you should have. Yeah.
I feel like I said, if it's a regular customer service representative job where you don't need no bachelor's or no associates or anything, then they shouldn't, because they're going to put you through training.
Right.
Even with something that's I can't even say Alorica's bad anymore because they paying up to $16 an hour now. But even with something like Alorica, if y'all don't know what that is, it's an umbrella company that has customer service representatives. But they even train.
Training costs money.
Yeah, it does cost money.
So like even Ashley Furniture. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So even something as low as Alorica, it's a customer service representative, but Alorica will hire anybody. Spectrum won't. But I feel like if it's a customer service representative job, the qualifications shouldn't have to be there because it's a basic job.
So there is no qualification that you have to go through to go through Alorica because they hire
Spectrum.
Exactly, but it's a different wave. So training still costs money.
Alorica take what they can get because people don't stay there. They don't even stay there.
There you go. That's the turnover. That's why it's easy to get a job there. I was about to say the same thing with Ashley Furniture. Ashley Furniture will hire anybody. Anybody can walk the street and go fucking work for Ashley Furniture. All you gotta do is pass the drug test. Bang. They do that because they have a high turnover rate. But it costs to train people. So we don't care.
Rate.
Okay. They don't care about but all right, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But all right. Well, Spectrum is different. They're not going to be willing to train you or put you through that training if you cannot cut the mustard. Which means that you go through a whole bunch of other shit before you even get to that training.
What I'm saying is that they should at least interview people and get the perspective of their mentality.
That doesn't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing.
They don't do that.
They just look at the resume.
You put your best foot
like
forward.
I just said, I can lie on my resume just like I worked at Alorica before. It says a United Healthcare because that was the department I worked for at Alorica was United Healthcare. So I put it on my resume that I worked at United Healthcare, even though I worked at Alorica.
Technically.
So you put certain things on your resume to get the job that you want. That's why I said to start lying on your resume and put in things that you want to happen.
That's different. But they didn't do their due diligence. So you can go there and say that you was the fucking king of England. If they don't go back and check your records, that nigga's the king of England.
A lot of jobs don't check that shit.
No.
Go ahead. What's your question?
Oh, I ain't have a question, but is we done with that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did y'all watch?
What the fuck?
Bad Boys Club. Did y'all watch it?
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that up. Millennial News Part 2.
I didn't watch it.
It was messy.
I need to download that.
God, please download
Zeus.
It's messy. Oh my god.
This is not an ad for Zeus.
God, it is so messy. Like they just put a bunch of known people together.
People who are like
entertainment industry.
Influencers online.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Social media.
So they bought like the Hillary House. From like what you call it from Bel Air's.
Yeah.
Into
pretty much. But they pretty much got everybody in the house or whatever. They got only 2 straight guys allegedly, and everybody else.
Because Kevin, I heard Kirk Franklin.
Okay, well 3. 3 apparently.
Allegedly.
If I can see it, you can fucking see it.
Kurt Franklin's son Ben came out that he was
bisexual.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out. They're using the show pretty much to try to make it seem like okay,
he's straight.
Undercover or something, and I'm like, okay,
can I see the little?
Well, when he was in the little corner with the John with the wig,
was a nigga?
Yeah, with the wig in the room, and he was like, she was like,
I
just had the room.
Okay, old buddy.
He definitely was feeling that.
He kept saying what he said.
He said, "You better
Mr.
stop."
Kurt Franklin's son. Okay, Mr. Kurt Franklin's son. I was like, okay.
You trying to fuck him?
But it was pretty good though. I ain't gonna lie, but I can tell that it could be a really good dialogue for television because I feel like it could be educational. But at the end of the day, I feel like they don't have the good.
Well, I felt they should have had half straight.
There's no cohesion.
It was more gay than it's straight.
There's no cohesion.
And that's not going to
out of 10 guys, well now 9. It's only 2 and then allegedly 1 more straight person. Everybody else is gay.
So it doesn't have good cohesion. It was more so for like clout kind of.
They got the guy from Where the Money Resides. Where the Money Resides on there. You think he fine?
He is to me. I don't know why.
I gotta watch this. I feel so left
out. But I feel
like
I said, it could be a good dialogue. But I feel like they don't have the.
What's the other one name that quit? He said he got
the one
delivered.
Yeah, he's on there.
Is that supposed to be like the equivalent to the Bad Girls?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, but they don't call it club. They call it Bad Boys. It's Bad Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all want to get to this bowl? We ain't do the bowl in a long ass time.
Let's do another question.
We ain't do the bowl in a long ass time.
But the bowl needs to be updated.
Another question. I actually had a question. I forgot. But all right, next question.
Let's pull the bowl.
I got one good question. What actually pushes you to want to do more for yourself?
What I have today.
Money.
My kids.
What I have today, because it's like if I every year I try to grow every year, so I look at it like, okay, I was here last year. What do I need to do this year to be better than I was last year?
Right. Money.
Money pushes you?
Yeah. I need money.
Oh, the need for money.
I used to think that too, but money comes.
Right, and goes.
That's true.
Money comes and goes. So
I need to stay. I need to go.
I mean, you always gotta spend.
Yeah, you do. But if it's residual, it's still coming back in. Why you spending it?
Yeah, too.
I got a question. Why are kids more disrespectful in this generation than ours?
Because y'all motherfuckers don't raise them. That's why.
Yeah, we're not raising them right.
Kids.
Y'all not raising them. Y'all didn't know the fuck. Most of this generation.
I
kids,
think. Hold on. Let me.
See, the audience cut off. I can say shit.
Hold up. Because I'm a mother.
Kids. I'm
a mother.
Wait.
Hold
on.
Question
one more time, because you said
why
are kids in this generation more disrespectful?
Because back in the day, they was allowed to beat us. If we touch our kid, we get locked up.
There's other forms of discipline.
Social services said you can whoop your kids as long as the bruises don't last more than 24 hours.
I ain't never fucking hear that shit.
She was
must be something new.
It's not even that for real, because like I said, women, it was different back then. So in the 60s and 70s, where you had the double parent household, people had older mothers. Now, you was 18 with kids, 17 with kids, 16 with kids. You're a kid raising a kid. And you don't know how to fucking do it. So, these kids is bad as shit nowadays. It's the truth. Like, they just don't have that same...
I think it's because we're not raising them the same way our mothers raised us.
Right. You ever see the meme where it's like how my mom raised me versus how my grandmother raised her grandkids? It's the same exact thing. So, it's like more laid back because... Y'all really don't fucking know. It's like she's been there already, so she treats them better because she don't want to make the same mistake she made with your ass.
Right.
So I feel as though like if these women was out here raising their kids and you had a 2-parent household system, the kids would have.
I mean, forget the 2-parent household system because I had a 1-parent household and my mother did not play.
So it's a lot more relaxed now, and the kids got more access to shit like social media. I mean, you can control it, but you only can control it but so much.
Yeah.
When Johnny got the iPhone 13 and he don't got no parental controls, he on the bus making some bitches to twerk because that's what they doing in the fucking dance video.
I think kids have more access to shit than we did too.
Yeah, of course.
I think you just said that thing.
Of course, yeah.
I was like, damn, I think he just said that. But yeah, they have more access. Like shit, we just had our little box TV.
We was outside. We
might have had cable. Might have.
Right.
That too, and I just think that people don't take parents don't take the time these days because it's just so much.
I don't think we do. I'm speaking for a parent that I know there's some stuff that I know I could fix.
Well, it is parents feel like okay, these days we have so many things that can keep the kids occupied.
Right. And
So
that's our
let's go
babysitter.
ahead and
And it's
put
bad
them
to
over
do
there.
that too, because I don't know if you
It
seen that
is
fucking
horrible.
Cocomelon shit that said that kids was throwing tantrums and this, that, and the third
Yeah,
because of
based
watching
off of that.
Cocomelon.
Mhm.
And it's like, it's kind of hard, especially when you are a single parent, because it's like you get
I believe
off
that shit.
work, you cook, then you gotta, well,
Well, our parents did that. Well,
I believe that shit
my
because I don't
mom,
even
I
know
wasn't
these
really,
My ass out the
like, my
house.
mom was working.
I used to be outside.
So, yeah, and I would be outside or my mom was working. But you do you get off work, you cook, you do the homework, or you taking care of the home. So it's like a lot of times we do give our kids these devices, so therefore they can just give us a moment to breathe mentally. Is it right? No, we do have to figure out a way to have work-life balance or just a balance in life to be able to function and be able to be a better parent to the children.
Right.
Because they didn't ask to be here.
Right.
We made them be here.
right.
Yeah, I feel as though people just took the time and shit will go better.
Yeah. If we actually take the time to actually be there for our kids the way
Right.
we should be there.
Instead of
then it'll
saying,
be
fuck
there.
that, just go watch the TV or go play the game or, you know what I mean? Like, that shit is like, that's raising your children.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, so what is y'all's definition of toxicity?
That's a long
That's
ass
That's
topic.
a long ass topic.
That's a lot of
Oh,
shit. That's a lot of shit.
Manipulative.
Manipulation. Yeah.
Fucking,
That's
you'll say some shit just to get a reaction out
Pettiness.
of somebody.
Petty is toxic.
Somebody that,
Petty is toxic.
yeah.
toxic?
Being impulsive.
Anything that you can
in
do,
an
anything you
emotional
do,
way.
anything that you do that can manipulate somebody's emotion and mind is toxic.
Really?
In a relationship,
Yeah.
yes, that's toxic.
You trying to define yourself?
Look at you.
You the one say on camera that you toxic. That's why I asked.
Nah, yeah, but kind of.
We gotta say that for next week, for real. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
got
a
a lot of
list.
shit for that
Yeah.
one.
It's a list.
What's next week?
My boy G Ski.
Alright. Y'all want to say anything before I play this music?
Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all for
be here
tuning in.
again next week on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We got the YouTube popping. It's live table talk after dark on YouTube. We got the TikTok popping. We got Bigo Live popping. We got Instagram. Go follow us. Go follow us on Facebook. Send requests out to your friends. Let them embark on this journey that we're going through. And that's all I got.
If you have a business or anything like that, make sure y'all inbox us or.
And send music. God damn. Like, send some music. Like, we'll play
We
your
need some
shit.
R&B music.
Everything.
I know it's some R&B people watching.
Oh, wait, I'm about to pay.
Shit too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll catch y'all next week, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Like money and like that. She my addiction, I take myself a step like I was standing. Niggas crazy, say it's me, say I'm not a nigga you thought I was. I think I'm more than you can handle. The way you treat me, I'm not a fan. But it's all big, I know some shit, can't trust myself. Say cause it says that my reading, say you love me, who the fuck is up the rest? And I think I'm saying what a nigga take. You get a word, okay, what it is. I try to say, guess it ain't all in my bag, but I'm you like bitch, I might play. When I walk up, you gon' curve. I just watch you curve forward. Live my life like fame, don't like them.
This motherfucker, Andrew ain't gonna say.
But it's all big. I don't like love, that's the way she watch. I say the train, them niggas try to copy me. If I would do, no, it's gon' bother me. Tell the truth, I want you to lie to me. I don't know if I'm gon' try to can't pick up, hit you up, begging no thing. You don't know how to change, let me change. Anything you did, I don't know. I get love, a touch again, but your mind thinks
I like it now. I got the beat going with it.
It's all big. I did a lot sometimes, I look control. They broke my heart, I still don't understand. My heart too big, don't fit the man. They say the memories he got is all bad. First leave my pants on, back in my pockets. She went left cause I don't. She went for one time, say she went for one time, like fuck 20 type, I like the fuck. I get a pussy, tell me to stop. You get a shake, my major leg. We don't rest like Christmas. She got a love up, I can't so my blood like we for life. Don't last long like a tick. I don't know if I'm gon' love. A touch again, but your mind.
I'm gonna replay this. I